Let's get in there. Come on, you big boys. Come on, let's get into this.
Come on.
Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, Chelsea fan.
Happy days, everyone. International break is over this week. I'm ready. I'm ready to join back in some Premier League football because the injuries are killing me. They're killing my people.
I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
He's still here, guys. I've been gone. I've come back. And he's
Oh,
still
yeah.
here.
It's been a minute.
He's still here.
He's still on the wheel, my friend. He's still on the wheel. And I'm joined by special guests. We've got Sam in the building, Arsenal fan, African, special aficionado that we've got right here. I almost said specialist, but you get my point. You get my point. Listen, Don Dada, that's all I can really say. Sam, big up yourself. Welcome back to the podcast.
Come on, guys. Thanks for having me. You lot can see the title. They had to get the finest African journalist in the country.
Hey, tell them.
Let's go.
Tell them. Obviously, we got like people like Ernest, AD, David. They could be on the wing somewhere. They might be around. Who knows? We'll wait and see. Big up to David. We have to kick things off there. You done know. Big up David on the Top 4 podcast. Oscar.
Yo.
The thumbnail that you put out for the Top 4 podcast this week had Steven Gerrard holding an Aston Villa shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts on Steven Gerrard in the Midlands?
Is that to me first, yeah?
Let's go with you, Oscar. Let's go with you.
Do you know what, yeah? Deep down, I like Steven Gerrard, innit? He was a fantastic player, wonderful to watch, clutch player. I thought great, one of the Liverpool's greatest of all time, yeah? He comes into management now. He goes to Rangers. He does his thing there. He does what he has to do. He brings the league back to the blue half of Glasgow. So yeah, congratulations to him. But now I felt it was a bit harsh to Dean Smith sacking. I think he'd done a lot, and for a small bit of bad form, I feel like they did him dirty. He elevated them to the point where their expectations are higher than just staying in the league, but that's because of the work he did the season prior. So I was confused as to why they got rid of Dean Smith. They've now brought in Steven Gerrard, and I've always liked Aston Villa. So, like I said, my liking of Steven Gerrard was coupled with my liking of Aston Villa, and I was like, yeah, man, I hope this goes well. But his interview came out today.
Oh, I haven't seen this. Talk to us.
And in his opener, he can't talk about his new job and how great it is for him and how great it is for the people of Aston Villa. No. He sends shots at certain managers already off the rip, off the gate. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Man sent shots early.
Bring me.
He said shots early. So
what's he said?
So in the video, he said, "Look, I know there's he basically said certain managers think they can just because they were good players, they can just walk into a top job and learn." And he said, I went before the cameras. So where there was no cameras, I went to Liverpool under 18s and I coached over there and learned my trade before I started taking jobs that, had high press and this and that. I said, who are you talking about, Stephen? Who are you talking about? Say names, Stephen. Say names.
Former Chelsea managers, isn't it?
All right, cool.
Okay, interesting. Is that that's where you thought that went? Yeah.
I
mean, you think he went that way? Because I'm looking closer to home.
You're looking closer to home.
Yeah, I have a feeling I thought he was talking about Mikel. That sounded like a shot to him because at least Frank went to Derby. Do you know what I'm saying? He did have some experience beforehand.
No, but
Gerrard's gone to when he went to Rangers. Obviously, that's a bigger club than say Derby County. So that's a bit strange. If it's for Lampard, that's strange.
As he was talking, that's what I thought. Because I was like, because he said, yeah, I didn't just jump into the Premier League and think I could do da-da-da-da. But then it's the fact that he mentioned going back and doing youth coaching, going and doing under 18s, doing it where the cameras can't see you. That's specifically what he said. So I feel like Lampard
Say again?
No, I was saying I just don't see him sending shots at Arteta, man. It just seems weird.
Everton, Liverpool, you know what I mean? They didn't like each other on the pitch. Remember when they had the Derby days? I don't know, like I'm plucking things out of the air, but it's interesting to hear you say that it's a Lampard thing first, because I don't know of any animosity between them two prior, like in their footballing days. So it's interesting.
Maybe just because he got sacked. That's just probably the main reason for me.
I got to read Adrian's comments because Adrian says, obviously Steven Gerrard's Adrian's boy, Liverpool fan. He said, "Start as you mean to go on, real driller." He also said Lampard, an entitled twat that had the gall to say Klopp is giving it the big one. First of all,
That's a fair. Oh yeah,
no.
It's
Lampard
history.
said what needed to be said. Lampard said what needed to be. You won one title, and now you're all giving it the big one. Yeah, and now look at Liverpool the next season. Look what happened to them. Look what happened to them the next season.
Look what happened to him. Look what happened to Lampard. Okay.
Hey, Lampard got a Champions League medal. That's what happened to him. Yeah, these guys. No. But like, why? I don't understand why he had to take a shot. Let me read some more comments because people are out here. Boss like Endo says, "Wagwan man, them been a minute. I can't lie. Steven Gerrard return to Anfield is going to be emotional, but you have to get bun when he comes. Business is business. Bun sentiment." And shout out David. We'll talk about Dean Smith at Norwich a little bit later. But yeah, I guess you lot can carry on.
Big up SW6. Go ahead, Sam.
No, I was going to say that I rate it. To be fair, at first I was quite 50-50 because obviously he had the Europa League interview and they asked him about the Newcastle job and he was like, "Do I look happy? So don't ask me silly questions." So he kind of basically told the Rangers fans that, you know, I'm trying to stay here long term, innit? But at the end of the day, Aston Villa is a whole different job to the Newcastle job right now. Newcastle look like a club that obviously got a new owner coming in, and they're looking to rebuild from the bottom up. Where Aston Villa they're just a little bit shaky. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a little bit more stability at Aston Villa. To be fair, I don't even mind Gerrard taking shots in that interview either because he did go to a club like Rangers. A lot of people criticised him for going there. It's like, why are you going to the Scottish League? Test yourself. But he knew what he needed to do. He knew what type of experience he needed to gain before coming to the Premier League. So, you know, I could just wish him all the best. If I'm honest, I don't know if he will turn around Aston Villa's form completely, but I think they'll be doing better than they have been doing this season, for sure.
Yeah, Dean Smith comes across a bit soft, whereas Gerrard looks like he's frigging hard as nails. Like if you're saying, you know, just like the press conference you're referring to in the Europa League and things like that, you think to yourself, and to be fair play to Gerrard in terms of going out to Rangers, because personally I think that's a fantastic idea. Like if you're trying to get into management, go to the Scottish League, and if you can win the league there, then brilliant. Obviously, sure. I find the timing a bit. I don't know, man. If I was a Rangers fan, I would be hurt by it for sure. I would be.
I would be a bit annoyed.
Rangers was his first job.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, I just think like it's just at the time to leave. If there's a time to leave, there's certain like brackets if that makes sense. I wouldn't leave like at the start of their Europa League campaign or that stuff. Not even qualified to go to the next stage. Really, I would have waited a little bit. But that's just my personal opinion. I think there's a time and place to hire people or just. Because
it's a bit. Do you think it's a bit Brendan?
It throws off completely Rangers' plans of the Rangers' ambitions of what they want to do for the season.
Yeah,
but it's another slap to the face. I know, Peter, you were going to mention Brendan Rodgers, but bro, this is Celtic and Rangers, managers who are on course to win a league title, dipping out at the sign of a Premier League bag straight away, and it's not even like they're joining. It's not like they're joining top six clubs, like. Sides. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's I think that's more so when Rodgers did it, because I think Rodgers did it in February, March, where it was like, bro, you're nearly at the finish line. Just finish that line. And if Leicester are saying, look, we're not going to take you in the summer, then you just got to say bye to that job personally. But Gerrard was on course to winning another league title. Now you have to understand 2 back-to-back titles in Scotland, and God knows how many years in a row Celtic were winning the league there. It's just a bit. Aston Villa is a bit risk. It's a high risk job, if that makes sense. The Premier League jobs are anyway, but yeah, if you're Gerrard, is it too good to turn down?
Yeah, it is. It is,
especially with the squad. Is it because of the squad that they currently got, or is it the stature of Aston Villa?
Yeah, I think it's the stature of Aston Villa. I think because football changes so quickly, and I think that's the thing that people are forgetting. And big up, Ernest has just arrived in the building. No, but like football changes so quickly. Like Dean Smith literally got this side into the Premier League. The next season, they were fighting for their lives to stay in the Premier League. The next season, they're disappointed. They didn't get a European place. They were disappointed in that. Do you know what I mean? So the elevation in 2 years under Dean Smith was mad. Like we went from chasing Europe to chasing the Premier League in general. So
do you not find Aston Villa a bit smart to sort of push him off before it got bad? Because, you know, like sometimes you get to a scenario where it's like, you know, we will always criticize when something seems to be too early, like, you know, but at the same time, it looked like Villa's situation didn't look that scarce. But I think You know, when you sort of get so reluctant and you get so complacent that, hang on a minute, if you blink, all of a sudden Villa have got 7 games to save their Premier League status, and you're thinking, where and how did this happen? I do think it was a harsh sacking though, because when you lose Jack Grealish, a player like him, and yes, they spent the money and blah blah blah, but it's not easy to replace a star player in your side. It's a very difficult job. Many teams have gone through that mill where, you know, whether it be Liverpool with the Suarez, whether it be Spurs with Bale, whether it be whoever it may be, when it comes to replacing somebody that big, man, where's the grace? I'm surprised. I'm very, very. I know it's football, so it's a much more volatile market, but yeah, it was baffling to me.
SW6 has been saying in the comments he thinks Gerrard was talking to Ollie and Arteta. He also said Gary Neville. I don't know why.
Gary Neville's a good one. No, Gary Neville's a good one because Valencia, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good one. The Ollie one's a bit unfair because Ollie has done his craft. You know what I'm saying? He has got a CV where he's managed hundreds of games, so it's a bit different, I think. And he's also managed like Cardiff before he went to Man United, anyway. So that's an interesting one. Do you think Gerrard's going to succeed at Aston Villa this season?
I wanted him to, but I hope not now because he's a scumbag. I can't believe he went that way. I can't believe it.
Why do you think that's a shot at Arteta? I mean, sorry, Lampard. Why do you think it's a shot at him?
I just didn't like the tone of it. Like he was talking like if that's what you think, everyone should think that, innit? Like we all have our opinions, but you're a manager because now if you flop, I'm going to point to the people that you were talking about flopping. It's not like that.
Oscar, like let it go, man. Like, bro,
Nah.
I know you love Lampard, innit? But bro, let it go, bro.
Wait, it's not
that good when he got there.
No. But Lampard failed. Like Lampard's here and gone. But if you're taking shots, you better be the guy.
But he's
I agree.
It's true though.
Nah,
was that not a shot?
He took a shot. He took a shot. He did.
He
dropped a bar still. He dropped a bar.
And honest, I'm not sitting here saying Gerrard was lying. Gerrard said facts, but he took a shot.
No, but for me, if it's a fact, it's not a shot. Like, bro,
what's the context though? Was he asked a question regarding that, or did he just come out with it like?
Hear the tone of voice he said it in. He weren't playing around.
When Oscar's saying things like tone, he's upset that they sent for his boy. That's all.
Of course.
No, but because even though it's facts, it doesn't need to be said at the time. There's a time to say things, and he just got a point as a new manager. He doesn't need to say these things.
Is
Lampard on what's it called what's in the running to potentially take over Norwich?
Yeah.
When he took Derby from 6th to 6th. Like, bro, let's not pretend like
let's not do that. Let's erase in all context. He took Derby to a playoff final.
Do this though. Like, bro, listen. If a man's not levels, I don't care how you say it. He's not levels.
He's not levels. He's not. But let's be real. Lampard's second job was a Premier League job. Now Gerrard's second job is a Premier League job. Let's not act like that. You know,
that's why I didn't think it was for Lampard. That's as you said the statement, Oscar. That's why when you said the statement, I didn't think of Lampard. It was confusing, but I genuinely thought it was Arteta. But I didn't realize it was maybe Maybe there is a bit of animosity between those guys. I don't know, but I'm here for Gerrard's smoke. If that's the press conferences we're getting, I am here for it, bro.
I'm here for it, bro.
Because I need managerial characters. I need managerial characters.
I've seen managers talk crud and absolutely fall on their face. So I'm just on the point. If you're gonna be big and talk yourself up, I better see results.
Hey, Robin, you know who I've got time, like the way Oscar's got time for Gerrard. You know who I've got time for? Xavi Hernandez. This guy has been talking from his hotel in the Burj Khalifa for 5-6 years, sending for Jose Mourinho, sending for everybody they're talking about when he comes to what did he say last week?
When he managed Barcelona,
we don't lose, we just win. I said, swear? Okay, cool. Listen,
we'll see.
I can't wait for him to start playing Luke De Jong at flipping left wing back. I can't wait to see.
I think he's gonna fail personally.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I don't think it's gonna be as great as people think it's gonna be.
Job.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. You're looking at a manager at Barcelona for the next 5-6 years, man. He's clued up, man. The way he talks a good game. Let me put it that way.
Let me tell you something. If you're gonna be the head coach of Barca
are there to be climbed. I'm not listening to no one's chat until it comes onto the pitch, my bro.
No, 100%.
Because if you're trying to be head coach for 5 to 6,
I'm so sorry, Sam. Yeah, I'm gonna
no,
say
do your
this,
thing.
I'm
Do your
gonna go
thing.
back to my food. Yeah, the only reason that man wants Xavi to do well is because Xavi's one of the greatest midfielders of all time. But if we've all noticed, the best players don't always make the best managers. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. Do you know what? Like, go ahead, Oscar.
On that note, I just want to get through the last of the Gerrard comments because people have been talking and haven't been able to read all of them. Adrian says, not gonna lie, Gerrard has to deliver. That was a shot. If he's talking grease and he's meaty, he's gonna get flames. He also mentioned that Ollie's been a manager for years. He even did United reserves. Shout out to Boss Like Endo. He says Villa will not finish in the top 10 this season. Gerrard's gonna flop, in my opinion. That Villa side is very overrated. I think they've got good players.
I don't think it's overrated.
I think they've got
I think one thing that's on Gerrard's side, he's got some men in there, and I genuinely think, like, to be fair, like people like John McGinn's freaking hard as rocks. If he gets people like that on his side,
then it's plural.
Okay, I gave John McGinn. I'm delving into him. Is that all right? Yeah. He's got Emi Martinez. He's got people like as in like mentally that are mentally screwed on.
Cool.
People that are legit mentally screwed on. Let me think of their team. Danny Ings. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got a few guys. He's got a few guys in there where you think to yourself, do you know what? Like how we had Morelos at Rangers. He needed was a couple of them. Even like Ryan Kent, I think he had over there, where if they're on side with him and they'll die for him, there's going to be players in that Aston Villa camp are going to look at Gerrard and be like, I'm going to die for you. Like, like how Mourinho was so good at it. Ferguson was so good at it. Just players that are not necessarily so gifted. They didn't have to be that great. But will they give 100% effort? You bet your life they will. Douglas Luiz is another one. Nasty player when he wants to be. So I'm saying that he's got some backbones in those teams. Like for Norwich, for example, I think Norwich don't have any guys that are like, we're going to die for the cause until the end. Yeah, they don't look like it. They look too soft. And Gerrard's come from the school of the Scottish League. Say what you want about the Scottish League. It's full of absolute gorillas in there. There's hard brass guys over there. So and the thing is, and with Gerrard, with the January window coming up, anybody who does not fit the bill, he will get rid. He will get shot very quickly, and he will bring in guys that I think he can think, I can rely on them. I can put my life on the line with them. I'd say that even about, for example, Man United. Ollie doesn't necessarily have the guys that will die for him in order to get over the line. Not
with that.
Good luck with Conte, by the way, and Tottenham, because he's got no men whatsoever in that club.
We'll get on to that. Adrian said, not gonna lie, I'm not sold on Gerrard as a gaffer. Only won one league title, underwhelmed in Europe. Celtic had managers hounded out after winning 2 leagues on the bounce.
That is a very good point.
Fair. That's not fair. It's not fair.
He's in a league title race by himself, apparently.
That's not fair, man.
Because in Europe, bro, Rangers have been poor. We're talking going to places like Slavia Prague and getting slapped.
Then Leicester then got slapped by them the following round.
True.
When you look at I understand the European argument, but I think now they're flying high in the group stage, weren't they? They were flying high in the Europa League group stage.
I'm actually going to check where they are.
I don't think so. Let me
have a look. Because I was hearing that
Rangers are third. They've won out of their last 5 games.
No, they've had a few L's.
What's their group?
Their group is Lyon's top. They got Sparta Prague and Brondby from, I believe, is Sweden.
Yeah. Sweden. Yeah.
So that's a tough group, man. That's a tough group at the end of the day. Lyon and Prague.
Slapped everyone, and I think they qualified.
And Prague is who they went out to last year, right?
And the joint on points was Sparta Prague, which is 4. But this is game 5, 4 points.
But bear this in mind as well. Like you're you won the championship in your domestic league, and you get thrown in Europa League. I'm guessing they lost the qualifier for the Champions League, right? Which is what kind of threw them in there. So look, European stuff you can say fair enough. He wasn't that great in Europe. Villa don't need to worry about that right now. What they need to worry about is finishing top half year in, year out. Because Oscar laid it down brilliantly when they came up and how they were struggling relegation, and then all of a sudden it's like they were disappointed to not get in Europe, and it's like whoa, this you can't. Premier League's not like that. It doesn't just swing. The pendulum doesn't swing that often. So top 10 finish would be good. I think Gerrard can get them because I think over time he'll get that team playing well. Rangers played good, by the way, last year. The last 2 years they played bloody good. So I'm here for it, man. I'm here to see Gerrard succeed at Villa, depending on what success means for them.
Adrian said Klopp has won 3 leagues whilst Lampard was watching Doctors in the afternoon.
Mad thing.
Hey. Lampard don't have a relegation on his TV. That's all I'm going to say. No relegation there.
What does Klopp?
Yeah.
With who?
He got relegated with Mainz.
Did he? How many years ago? This guy was on back. That is impressive. That's impressive knowledge.
Adrian, tell Gerrard to put his Premier Leagues on the table, yeah? How about that?
Oh,
that was in 1990 and 2001.
The fact that Oscar knows, Oscar's been trying to hold that in his Arsenal for a time.
Ernest, did you?
He's got a grudge against opposition managers, bro.
Ernest, did you hear what Sam just said? Sam, why bring that back, cuz? What year was that?
He managed Mainz between 1990 to 2001.
This guy, Oscar, you're a disgrace. Oscar, you're a disgrace.
Hey, what? It happens.
You're a disgrace.
You should have
I swear he was player manager then as well. Was he not player manager at Mainz?
You should have taken Gerrard's advice and coach.
And Pete, this is why I'm onto Oscar about this Lampard thing, bro. Because he's only angry because they sent him for his team.
For sure.
It's open.
For sure, you wouldn't care.
This is all because of Lampard.
All right.
That's my guy. You can't take shots at my guy. Boss Lander said, Man took Derby from 6th to 6th, Chelsea from 3rd to 4th, then 9th, despite spending 250 million. Oscar, you're embarrassing yourself. G.
Do you know what? I think the Derby one, I think, is very, very harsh. The 6th to 6th thing is it doesn't tell the whole story. Derby County is a complete, it is such a mess. I mean, I can't even get into it. Before he joined as well, never mind where they are now, but before he joined, 6th place doesn't look that great. They got to a playoff, semi-final or final?
Final.
So they got to a playoff final. Saying 6 to 6 is not a fair assessment of the whole thing.
The season after Lampard left, they finished 10th.
Yeah, and now they're going down next, but they might be going down.
They nearly went down last season.
Last year was a farce. In fact, the Villa farce, how they survived the Premier League last season or the season before. The Derby County farce is unbelievable because they're taking minus points now for what they done last season, whereby Sheffield Wednesday went down because obviously the deducted points hadn't occurred yet. They should have gone. They should have been gone last year. So the fact that they're even in the championship should count themselves lucky. I think they've overcome their minus points now, though. I think they're back to 2-3 points or whatever, and they're doing okay in terms of form.
Big up Baraka. He says if those were shots to Lampard, Gerrard has got to deliver or he's going to get flamed. Hancho said hashtag always Slippy G. Horrible. Gerrard is going to flop at Villa. Don't let the Scottish League fool you. I want to see what his style of play is because I'm not going to sit here in front like I watched Rangers. Only time I watched them was in Europa League when they lost to Slavia Prague and that. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect from Gerrard. Does anybody know what his philosophy is, or how Rangers played, or what?
Do you know what?
I'm similar to you, man.
From what I've seen, it's more so grit and like I said to you, he had rough guys in that Rangers side, and I know people make that joke of he won a one horse race league title, but I'm sorry, Celtic when they were winning their 10 years in a row, Rangers were nowhere near winning the league then. Like they were miles behind. So it's a bit similar. Like he at the end of the day, he created a team. Celtic should still be winning the league. There's no reason why Celtic are not. They've just been very, very poor. But I think with Lampard, what you're going to see from Villa now, it's going to be tough. They're going to be tough. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to be like saucy because obviously they've got some nice little players there where you think, they could, the style of play could be amazing and blah blah. They're going to be hard. Let me tell you, that's what I could think of when it comes to Villa.
Hancho says it's B-Tech Klopp football from what I've seen and heard. I don't know if you're talking about Lampard or Gerrard.
I guess he's talking about Gerrard.
Yeah. Boss Lander says, seeing as we're a third into the season, can y'all give every top 6 team a rate? Oh, that's going to take a long time.
Why is that going to take a long time? A top 6 rating out of 10?
Oh, top 6. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's saying the top 6.
I was thinking top 20. I was like, oh, that's long.
I don't know. As in, is that top 6 currently in the league, or do you mean the top 6 that are like
The top 6.
Is it the top 6?
The dish.
I mean, we could go. Oscar, start off then. Chelsea, top of the league.
Out of 10, I'd go 8.
Yeah, Robin, what are you saying with Chelsea?
It's a nice.
Yeah, we should have done better in the big games.
Sam?
Yeah, I was gonna say 8 as well. I don't think anyone deserves higher than an 8.
Interesting. Ernest, what do you reckon? Chelsea out of 10?
Yeah. 8 makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going 8.5. I'm close to going 9 with Chelsea. Man City, currently second in the league, 3 points behind
7.
Chelsea.
Top of their Champions League group.
7. They've had some shocking results, but they're doing what they do.
They have.
I'm going for 6.5. I feel like I expect more from Man City. Even though they still haven't solved their whole striker problem, I still feel like they deserve more. They should be performing better.
What's that? Endo says City have been average. He thinks they're a 6.
Yeah. See, I think even 6.5 was a little bit of a push.
David says Man City 7. Huncho says 6.5 for City.
What are you saying?
I've been
For City.
Honestly, I'll give them an 8 as well.
That's right.
Yeah, I was going to go.
The reason I say that is because they've not lost games that have been. I feel like because last year they lost 5-2 to Leicester, and then they lost to Palace as well. So this for me is a typical City start to the season. That's why I'm not really like too shocked. Do you see what I'm saying?
What are the games they've lost this season?
Palace at home.
Palace at home. I know they've lost somewhere else.
They drew with Southampton.
They lost somewhere else.
Can't remember what the other defeat was.
Spurs, opening day.
First game of the season.
And let's be honest, that game was higgy. So it's not.
Nah,
it's
they
not
got beat.
No, they got beat. But I think one of my Tottenham guys was telling me like Tottenham do usually beat them in North London. Like it's not irregular. So for me, I'm looking at City like, you know what? Because they're a team that like once they kick into gear, it is long, bruv. Because I'm looking at Liverpool and I'm saying the same thing Adrian was saying, or was it Peter that was saying it, that if I was a Liverpool fan, dropping points at home to Brighton, Chelsea, and City, not the home form I wanted, if I'm being honest. So like people are talking about 6 and 7s. I'm looking at that with Liverpool more than City. Not to say that Liverpool deserves 6 out of 10, but I'm looking more at Liverpool than City. I think this has been a normal season for City.
Listen, City's a 9. Okay. Do you remember last week? I remember I wasn't on the show last week, but I commented and I said, congratulations to Manchester City on winning another Premier League title. Okay. They've gone away to Stamford Bridge. They've gone to Anfield. They've gone to Old Trafford. Excuse me. Why do we pretend like we're not watching something that is out of the ordinary with Manchester City? They've gone to these big man teams and not lost. In fact, in some of them, they've pissed all over the pitch. They've urinated. They went to Old Trafford and they urinated like it was. What I saw was unbelievable. What they did against Chelsea. Okay, this Chelsea that everyone's bigging up, everyone's all getting gassed about. They gave man a lesson. They've been giving teams lessons. Yes, there's the mishap with Palace at home, Spurs away. I mean, whatever, right? They're going to lose games this season. But let's be very clear. This is like when I talk to you about Real Madrid in November, and people start making predictions about Champions Leagues, and I'm like, guys, wait till the clocks go back, and wait till when they're in February and they're playing in the knockout stage of the Champions League. I'll never forget when Spurs beat them. I think Spurs beat Real Madrid at Spurs Stadium. Was it like 3-0 or something like that? Oh, raw, like Madrid, blah, blah, blah. They went and pissed all over the knockout stages and won the Champions League. Okay? This is like Ernest was saying, wasn't it last year, by the way? Man City were what, 11th? This time last year, they were like 11th in the league. Okay? And what did they do? They had no title rival. They had no title rival for the rest of the season. So don't you worry. You're saying getting into gear, Ernest. They're in gear 3 right now. Peter, when it's 4 and 5, over.
Peter, The
Over.
comments are not
I
agreeing.
don't give a damn. I don't give a friggin' damn.
I just want to give
I don't give a damn.
Let me say them. Adrian says, Peter, a 9. They lost at home to Palace, drew with Southampton, and has lost to this awful Spurs side, who have now sacked their manager since
You
then.
missed the point. That's the thing. Adrian's missed the point. Adrian has missed the point.
But I think
look at what they've done. Don't look at what they haven't done. Look at what they've done.
So
look at what they've actually gone and done. Because Oscar, you still have to go to the Etihad. Guess what, Man United?
Yeah.
You got to go to the Etihad. Hey, guess what? Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you. I'll see
sorry
you.
to interrupt because
Don't worry, I'll see you.
I've been following these European games. Basically, Bukayo Saka has scored as well.
Go on, book.
Harry Kane has scored 4. Basically, we can pretty much say at this point, with 42 minutes gone, that England are going to the World Cup. So
I mean, they're playing San Marino.
Iklas Elmi asked a question that I have wanted to know since the beginning of time. How the hell do England always get these DB jobless youths, bruv?
I feel like they've been playing San Marino for decades, bro. Like, it's nuts.
Something just came out on my iPad, yeah. It said Harry Maguire is the top highest scoring centre back in England history. I'm like, these are the type of teams and these stats, bro.
Yeah, they are. You got it today.
Mad, bro.
Hang on, he's England's all-time top goal scorer from centre half.
Apparently, it's 6 now, yeah.
I can't lie. That's a stat you probably wouldn't have seen 10 years ago. You know, they're drawing out stats out of nothing, bro.
They are pulling them out. I wonder how many goals it is. I'm intrigued.
Big up Brandon, man.
Shout out to Brandon. Don't know.
Okay, I got to go back onto your point about Manchester City.
Here we go.
C1 London says, a 9. Give me what you are smoking with immediate effect. He wants it now because that is...
See, look, Oscar,
9 is too high. I think
every year, I say something about Man City. I get rinsed at the start. It's always around this time. It's always around here. Wait there. Let me finish. Let me park. I say something, and you know what I do? I let the next 15 games give you the story. And then we're in March, and I say, there, Your Honor, is my case. And I leave it there.
But Peter, the question was, how have these teams done so far in the league? You can't go based on who you think is going to win the league, because if a team has done great, but you feel like they're going to drop off, then you can't what part
of pissing at Stamford Bridge, pissing at Old Trafford, getting a draw against Liverpool at Anfield, do you not understand?
Well, yeah, okay.
They gave Arsenal and they gave Arsenal 5.
Like,
what do you mean it's not that great? It's their closest rival. They went up there and they didn't lose.
But Chelsea went to Liverpool and got a draw also, and they're above Man City in the league. And we
did
gave them a low
beat Man City? Did Chelsea beat Man City?
No.
Did they draw with Man City?
That's the one blemish on their list.
Yeah, but I'm talking, and that's the thing. You're looking at blemishes. I'm talking about look at the strengths. That's why I said don't look at what they haven't done. I'm looking at the fact that they actually won at Old Trafford and they won at Chelsea and they got a draw against Liverpool. Against all their rivals, they've not lost. They've got 7 points. The Spurs ain't a rival. It's the same thing with the Palace defeat. It's not a rival. It won't matter.
I just don't think it makes any sense to me how you can give City a 9 and give Chelsea an 8 when we're 3 points above.
Because of where they are, because of who they've beaten, bruv, and how they've beaten them as well. It's how they've beaten them. It's not like, okay, jammy game, you know what I'm saying? It was knife edge, rare. They were schooling, man. They were schooling guys. And you know, that's why I said, look, with Chelsea, I gave Chelsea like 8.5. I said, did I not give Chelsea 8.5? I said, I'm even close to giving them a 9. So, like, I'm keeping it a buck here.
Fair enough. I think City are about an 8. Boss Ando says City have a 9, but only 3 points above Arsenal.
We'll get to Arsenal in a minute. Don't worry.
Says, you can predict that they will kick on, but on the day, their level hasn't been a 9. I mean, they just lost to Crystal Palace at home. How is it?
Listen, the reason I gave the 9 was not because I said they're going to win the league. The reason I gave the 9 is because of what their performances they've done. So I don't understand what I'm saying here.
When I name the bad performances, you go, no, I'm not talking about the bad stuff. Only the good stuff.
They lost. They've had 3 bad results probably this season, and I'm saying 3 out of however many games. What we played, 11 games. But there are 3, 4, 5 spectacular games they've done this season. That's what I'm bigging them up for. Is for what they've done, not necessarily what their defeats were.
Okay. Who's the next club? Should we move on?
Let's go Liverpool. They're in 4th place at the minute. Point behind West Ham in 3rd.
I think Liverpool have done well. Like, they were unbeaten until last week.
I like the football Liverpool's playing lately. But then
No,
again,
guys,
Salah's
let's
really playing out
let's pump the brakes here. Let's pump the brakes. Because Liverpool have dropped points to teams they shouldn't have.
Yeah, they've been a bit higgy.
Yeah,
still.
as have all.
No, of course. But my point is, I feel like let's not be lenient towards Liverpool. They've not.
No.
They should be where Chelsea are.
Okay, and why are they not?
Draws against Brentford, Brighton.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. That's why I said I'm enjoying the football they're playing lately. You understand? Like, I hear what you're saying. I wouldn't give them an 8. I'd probably give them around a 7. Because...
Yeah, like Liverpool for me is 6.5, 7.
I feel like Liverpool deserves.
That's very harsh.
Liverpool should get the same level that City got. That's what I think.
I think Liverpool's an 8.
I've given City the same as Liverpool. I think they're both 7.
I'm giving Liverpool 8.5. Only because the only result that you would say that was probably bad is the Brighton home one.
What about Brentford 3-3?
I lie, bro.
Okay, Brentford 3-3. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Brentford 3-3. I forgot about that.
That's okay. It's not a good result, but it's a draw. It's not an L. They've lost 1 game.
But Liverpool, considering, okay, I'm not going to talk about the future, but considering where they will lack in quality in certain parts of their squad, they can't afford to drop them points. They can't.
Yeah,
Liverpool's the one team that cannot afford to drop points at home to Brighton,
You said they have to be twice
at
as
home
good.
to City, and away to West Ham. They can't afford that.
Wow.
They can't afford that. Guys, let's not do this. The fact that Liverpool fans are complaining about Thiago and his lack of availability, Naby Keita, guys, every game is a final, bro. This year, again, like look at the fact as well that if Liverpool are looking at themselves as serious title contenders, in the last 4 years they've won 1 title. Guys, let's remember this: 1 title. This is the year. If you're saying Van Dijk and what's his name? Thank you, Hancho. If you're looking at the people they've lacked in the last 18 months, 12 months, and you have them back now, that's fine. But then you kick on. And so I'm like, listen, I'm not going to judge them on the future because that's not what we're doing. But at best, I give Liverpool a 7 because the points that they've dropped. If you're telling me you've drawn to Brentford, and guys, look at the defending for some of Hancho's absolutely spot on. Some of the defending from Liverpool this year in some of these games has been atrocious. Look at what my man did to Robertson at Anfield against Brighton. Like, I'm looking at Liverpool with the lights are on them, bro. Because this year, if the issue is that City don't have a striker, who else should win the league? So, let's not be lenient towards them.
Oh, it's crazy. I just think I agree with you. Everything you said is right, but I just think it's funny how when Liverpool lose a game or even draw a game in the Brentford example, and Brighton, we pick apart the reasons as to why they did it. But then when City drop points, it's just like, it don't matter because City are going to win again. It's like no one ever assesses City like that.
The point I made about City is that this is them every year. This is City every year.
Also, those two teams are not on the same planet. If I'm being harshly honest, Liverpool fighting with Man City, trust me, is overachieving. It's frigging difficult to fight against City.
Liverpool are black men in the workplace.
Oh my God!
Ernest,
I want to know what that means.
Ernest, it's because you said they have to work twice as hard.
But to Ernest's point, I think they have to work twice as hard because they're up against Manchester City and Chelsea, who look like they're getting their act together. Chelsea and City are no different. They're the same stratosphere. And Liverpool have to compete with the likes of those people. They have to do friggin' well to. I gave them an 8 because at the end of the day, like they've got I think they've got like 5 clean sheets this season. They've won. They've only lost 1 game. The Brighton at home and Brentford away. Okay, you can take those 2 results are a bit flaky. West Ham away, fair enough.
Oh, that's
look at Hunter's comment.
Goals than Chelsea and City combined.
Don't worry about that. That's nothing to worry about. That's nothing to worry about.
No, Pete. Do you know why it is?
Why?
Because for 20,000 years, we've heard that their defense is legit. So
Sure.
I'm like, listen, let's call a spade at every point in time. I love Van Dijk, best centre back in the world, but those numbers are not good. They're not.
They're not good for now, but I do think at some point they probably will have the best defense in the league this year. Personally,
maybe.
Personally.
But if we're judging it now,
no. Now I'm giving them an 8 because I think everything they're doing they should be doing, but that's not to grade them down, if that makes sense. I don't think it's fair. Like like when you're doing your job, you're supposed to do it, so you get like an average. Where I'm a bit like, well, no, let's actually look at it. They actually are still keeping up, especially when you look at the windows that they've got around them, the teams, how much money they've spent around them and blah, blah, blah. They're actually doing not too bad. They're not doing too bad. Let's talk about how good they were against Man United, how good they were against Watford. Yeah, you can say it's Watford, but I think there's some impressive victories there.
Oh, yeah, Endo, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Because I was gonna say, look at the goals they've scored, but I thought, it's cheap, and also City will score more goals.
I've been on record saying Liverpool have the best first 11 in the league, and Hancho says, look, don't Liverpool have the best keeper, the best centre back, the best fullbacks, the best DM, the best wingers? They do.
Do they?
They
Anyone
do.
would take that Liverpool squad now.
They do.
That's interesting.
It's just they're performing terribly.
I definitely don't agree with that, though.
What name which one you don't agree with?
The goalkeeper.
They have the best goalkeeper in the league.
The centre backs.
They have the best centre back in the league.
Fullbacks, I disagree.
But, I mean, fullbacks.
Bro, Robertson and Trent are the best double in the league. Who's
not this year?
Named.
But if you were to make, if you're going to make
if you're saying don't judge on the future, and I'm judging now.
No, they haven't been. But I don't think that's Hancho's point. It's like if
we're judging what we're talking about now, I can't tell you that Trent, I can argue, yes, but as a combo, I can't say Trent and Robertson have been the 2 best fullbacks in the league.
No, that's not what he's saying though.
Walker have been taking the piss, bro.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying that Liverpool should be performing better because the caliber of player they have. If we had this conversation in the summer, we were talking about Liverpool being the best in all of those.
Okay, so in 11 games, right? In 11 games, Liverpool have 22 points? Was it 22? And they've got 6 wins out of 11. Yeah, they should be doing better. To be fair, 4 draws is too many. It's too many at this stage.
Before we move on from Liverpool, I just want to read some comments because there's a whole lot of comments about this whole situation. Adrian says, even 7 is generous.
What?
Also, we played 2 rivals at home and didn't lay the hammer blow.
Right.
And I think you were fortunate to.
Did they lose though?
In both games.
Did they lose? They didn't lose. That counts at the end of the season, man.
I mean, it counts.
When you're playing the big teams, it's not about winning. It's about not losing. When you're playing your rivals,
it is about winning. When one of those teams goes down to 10 men at half time, and I
understand that, but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, when it comes to your rivals, the most important thing is to not lose those games. If you've come out without a defeat, you're okay. Like it's not the end of the world. It's not bad. Yes, I know Chelsea were down to 10, and they were bloody good. Chelsea, they're a bloody good side. You know them ones. They still got a point at the end of the day.
They had to win that game for me. And if we had 11 men, I think Chelsea would have won that game. But then again, I thought that same thing because I watched that first half against City, and I thought City were winning this game. City didn't put the pressure on the gas, and Liverpool Liverpool came back. C1 London says Walker Ernest. That guy is Aaron Wan-Bissaka with light skin privilege. Let's not do this. Respectfully,
I respectfully disagree. I think
that's a disrespect. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Wait, so what were we saying about Walker? Yeah, go ahead, Ernest.
I'm saying that Kyle Walker is an infinitely better footballer than Wan-Bissaka. As in, it's not close. As in, it's Cincinnati to Alaska. no, it's not close. Have you, like, Wan-Bissaka's second touch literally caused the red card. Like his second touch on the ball.
Okay, but
he's one of the worst footballers I've ever seen in my life. Forget offensively, Wan-Bissaka is bad. Like I've seen Wan-Bissaka try and control the ball, and his shoulders move in a different direction, and his legs look like he's gonna slip. He was
a right winger.
Honestly, no, like I think this is genuinely one of the most respectful. Like, Wan-Bissaka's my guy simply because when he came, he's had to patrol the right side by himself. But ultimately, he had regressed under Ole Gunnar Solkjaer. Kyle Walker is a man who I've always cussed defensively under Spurs, but because City keep a better possession than most teams, he has become a better footballer, and he's become a more intelligent footballer. Yeah, in a 1v1, I don't trust him over, say, Cancelo or what's his name? Shout out to you, Brandon. I don't what's it called? I don't trust him over a Van Dijk, a Matip. There's loads of defenders who are defensively better than Kyle Walker. But if we're talking about football, bro, what you do on the ball, they are not in the same sentence. And honestly, C1, you're my guy, but that's disrespectful, man. Proper.
I agree.
Sancho says, Ernest, they will laugh, but Kyle Walker without recovery pace is Bakary Sagna. I think Sagna was
first of all, that
really good. Right,
can't be a diss to Sagna. Sagna was freaking good.
Sagna was solid.
Sagna was solid. He was in Team of the Year one year. I think he was
his first season at Arsenal. He was in Team of the Year.
He was good, but I think. But the point about recovery pace, I think that's big for Kyle Walker. Like, you're talking about how great he is, like how good he is on the ball. I don't think he's great on the ball. Like in comparison to, let's say, Cancelo. In comparison to, you know what I mean? Like he's not.
But look at the bar you've raised. You said Cancelo.
Yeah,
easily the best left back in the league right now.
Kyle Walker, Oscar.
Yeah, I hear you. I've never been the biggest Kyle Walker guy.
Bro,
never.
His first season at City, bro, a man was spraying Diags to David Silva all game.
The number one thing I'll give Walker out of everything, because I've never been a big Walker fan, but his consistency is ridiculous. He's been doing this since, like, not necessarily in the same level, because obviously when he came to City, he went up another level. But he was good in his last 2-3 years at Tottenham. When was it 2017 season, 2015? Like that time there, he was the best right back in the league.
Team of the Year once?
I think he did like 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
something like that. It was silly.
Let's not cap here, bro. Like I love an agenda in it, but nah.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Wan-Bissaka and Kyle Walker, that's disrespectful.
Last thing on Kyle Walker. C1 London says Ernest Walker is the light-skinned Alan Hutton. He has the touch of Jimmy Savile.
That's disrespectful.
That's mad.
He's not my first choice right back.
Alan Hutton.
In any sense of the word.
You're taking a mick.
Yeah. But like, we are capping. We are capping if we say that.
What's like this? Prime Clyde is clear.
Nah. Do you remember Clyde, bro? Do you remember Prime Clyde?
Hey. Prime Clyde was a baller.
There was one season I liked Clyde at Palace, but like, guys, let's
Southampton, no? Southampton.
The Southampton days.
The Southampton Klein was solid.
Like,
he was solid.
When it was Klein and Luke Shaw in that, like,
yeah, guys, boy. You know what I'm saying?
That Southampton team got picked.
Oh,
pickpocketed. Just before we move on to the other teams in the top six, Huncho asked a quick question. He said, question for the panel: why are Chelsea not seen as the same level as City and Liverpool?
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that.
As in, do you see them on the same level?
It depends.
What level did we give them?
It depends because
I don't.
Oscar, you know my biggest problem with Chelsea. My number one problem with Chelsea, they've got all the tools at their disposal to dominate English football alongside Man City. But Chelsea have this thing where they need a brain transplant every other year. Where 1 year it's going great, 1 year it's going solid, and then, like I say to you, a car crash happens out of nowhere, And it's sort of like unprovoked, where you're like, what the heck's happened with Chelsea? Why are they doing what they're doing? Basically, whenever they won the league, the next year we can't find them. You know what I'm saying? I just don't take Chelsea seriously because they're not consistent enough.
Okay,
It's
but
worked for them though, in a way, though, isn't it?
Say again?
It's worked for them in a way, though. Their trophy cabinet speaks for itself, bro.
No, listen, it definitely does. But the trophy cabinet should be larger than, like, for example, Man City's. Look how many trophies Cities have won in the last 5 years. It's a joke. It's a joke compared to Chelsea. Chelsea have won the big things, don't get me wrong, but you look at the plethora of silverware that City's disposal, what their cabinet looks like now. Chelsea, when you think Chelsea were a dominant side from like 05, right? From 05 to now, and you look at how many Premier League titles they got, you'd say that's a bit underwhelming. You look at how many, European Cups. Okay, they're not easy to win. Let's be very, very clear. They're not easy to win. But 3, when you include the Europa League, or was it 4? Sorry, 4 in the last 15, 20 years. I'm a bit like surprised. Chelsea should be the Bayern Munichs and the Barcelonas of English football, and they're not quite there yet. They could be. They could be. They should be.
He's added in terms of praise.
Fair enough. It's just unserious to me.
It's just because, in my opinion, City and Liverpool have won the Premier League with their managers. Tuchel has come in half a season. He's now completing his first full season. I just want to see what he does. If he wins the league, then I think Chelsea would get that praise that people are looking for, if that makes sense. It's pending. That's how I think.
I think we spoke about when we spoke about Liverpool, we spoke about the fact that they were unbeaten for so long. They've only just lost one game. When we came to City, we spoke about how well they've dominated the big teams. I think what Huncho's point might be is that Chelsea have conceded the least goals of any team in the league. We've scored the most goals of any team in the league. We've actually, we've done all right. I don't think we've been flawless. I gave us an 8. I think we could be better. But yeah, I think we've had a great start to the season. We're top of the league.
No, but as in, what did we collectively? Was it
Liverpool have got more goals
give,
than you, by the way.
Did anyone give
more
goals? Chelsea a 6?
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I gave them an 8.
Bro, Liverpool's definitely got more goals.
No, we stat padded against Norwich, innit?
Bro, Liverpool have scored 10 goals against Man United and Watford. That was back-to-back days.
No, big man thing. I'm pretty sure
Liverpool.
They've definitely scored more.
Chelsea have 27.
Come on. How can we even say it? Was it Bosslight that said that they got 31 already earlier today? How can you say you got more than Liverpool?
Yeah, it's even by 4 goals. My bad.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, that's a strange stat. I was gonna say that's strange.
I thought once we beat Norwich, we overtook them because we scored 7. Damn.
Yeah, but they went to Old Trafford and got 5.
Brandon says, even if we aren't winning everything, we are making it to the finals of every comp over the last 3 years.
Is he Chelsea? Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, let's see. City have like 3 Premier Leagues, nothing else out of Champions League, Europa, and Premier League. This year is worth more. Look, I don't know, man. Since City's takeover and their billions, and then I look at Chelsea since their billions. Teams like Liverpool and Leicester and whatnot should not be winning the league ahead of these guys. And I even put Man United in that bracket because they can compete with City and Chelsea.
Yeah, man. Huncho says we're spoken about in a different light, despite playing better than Liverpool and City. Yeah, I don't think anyone believes us yet. I think maybe if we get beyond Christmas and we're still top of the league, people will then be like, okay, let's believe something, because Tuchel hasn't, like Robin said, Tuchel hasn't had the opportunity to show it over a year or a long period of time.
Yeah.
We can't really speak on it.
Listen, but, Chelsea, just be consistent, man. It's one thing you guys lack. Be consistent, and then we can obviously put you in that conversation of respect and praise.
Who's next in the top 6?
Arsenal are 5th place. Yeah,
Okay.
Arsenal are 2 points behind Liverpool. We could overtake them this weekend, and 3 points ahead of Manchester United. So out of 10 thus far, Sam, I'll go to you. You're the Gunnar, so
mate,
I'll go to you, mate. What do you think out of 10?
Do you know what? I'm gonna give Arsenal a 6.5.
Oh,
I think people expected us at this point of the season to do worse than we actually are.
Mhm.
And Arteta's signings are starting to prove themselves game by game. You're seeing Ramsdale, Ben White, Tomiyasu. Listen, this guy's laughing. Listen,
I haven't
you
said a
can laugh
word.
all
I
you
haven't
want.
said a word.
Laugh all you
He's
want at
laughing
the name.
Oscar.
I didn't laugh. I didn't even laugh. I winced.
Laugh all you want at the name, but I'm looking at performances on the pitch and they're doing their job right now. We haven't lost in the last 5 Premier League games. I'll take that. Do you understand? I'm not speaking too soon. I don't know where we're going to finish this season, but I think for now we've got to give Arteta his flowers for what he's done right now, with all the criticism that he's taken, you know, with all the pressure that he's been taking from fans. He's done his thing. 5th place is not bad right now.
Go on, man. Then what do you reckon, Robin? Out of
Adrian said 8.
It's just
Decent
8.
eight.
Fair enough.
The only reason I say 6 is because obviously in the whole thing we have to include the first 3 games. If we take it off, then yes, I'll be that's an 8 because we've had a fantastic comeback since then. Literally on the cusp of the top 4, and they're doing their job. Yes, but watching the games, there's been games where Arsenal have been higgy and like been struggling, but they still managed to get the point. So it is a thing of they're doing their job. How long they can carry on and be consistent, we'll see. But yeah, it's a 6 for now.
Well, yeah,
you're right.
What you just said, Robin, is that like how long can they be consistent? Baraka says, is this now Arsenal building momentum that could last all season, or is it just a purple patch?
It's going to be difficult, I reckon, because when AFCON comes, that's when we're really going to be able to tell. You know, no Aubameyang, no Pepe, no Partey. You know, it's going to be real difficult. Even though there's only 4 games in that period, it's going to be real difficult to see whether they're going to be able to maintain the form without even coming up to the Christmas period, bro. You know, Arsenal are so unpredictable during the Christmas period. Like, you just never know what you're going to get out of them. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's why I said 6.5, because I'm still very 50-50.
I'm Boss Like Endo says I'd give Arsenal a 7, only 3 points off second. They turned it around. Give Arteta credit, but what are your thoughts of fans saying the game at Anfield is a free hit? It's a bit embarrassing to me. Yeah, for me, I'm similar to Boss Like Endo. I've gone for a 7. The reason I can't go higher is because the way you've lied down against Chelsea, against City, against...
We didn't lie down against Chelsea. Come on. That was a good game.
No, it wasn't a good game. It
was a good game.
We won comfortably. At your ground. You
said we lied down.
Okay. Maybe lie down was the wrong term.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I even in this run of games where you've won, I still haven't been like, yeah, I see what Arteta's doing and I see how this can be implemented. And the mindset that Boss Like Endo is talking about, right? We spoke about Liverpool, we spoke about City, and we've seen how small teams have gone to their grounds and got points off them. But I still feel like this game against Liverpool is going to be a 4-5-0. Why do I feel that way? Because I don't feel like you've built a solid spine like thing. I feel like you're getting beaten comfortably by these guys.
I think 4-5-0 is a bit harsh. I don't think we're going to go there and lose 4-5-0, man. I honestly, if we're talking about last season's Arsenal, yes. But this one, I feel like there's a little bit more structure here.
Do you think you can get a point?
I do. When you consider the amount of goals Liverpool have actually conceded, over the past few games, and the fact that they've drawn against Brighton, they've drawn against Brentford, why not? You stop Salah, you can get a draw.
You say it like it's a walking up.
I believe in Ben White and Tomiyasu, bro. I believe.
I'm a billionaire.
Yeah.
Them ones.
No. It's not gonna be. Listen, it's not gonna be a walk in the park. But I do think 4-5-0 is harsh, man.
Ernest, what's your take?
5-0 is harsh, but I think you'll get beaten convincingly.
Yeah,
Ernest, what's your out of 10?
I think Arsenal to me have been an easy 6 out of 10, because when Arsenal have been good, they've been good. When they've been bad, goodness me, like
bad.
You lot are terrible in your like I've always said to people at my workplace, yeah, like from a club perspective, Manchester United is Arsenal with a Gucci belt, isn't it? But when it comes to this season, we're both bad when we're bad, but when Arsenal are good, I think that you are better than loads of teams below you in your build-up. I just don't think that there's a lot of coordination in your final third. I find that there's a lot of scattered movement between Lacazette. I look at Lacazette sometimes and I'm like, bro, are you a DM or are you a striker? Like, what are you doing?
He plays so deep, innit?
I don't get it. That's a man that since he's come to Arsenal, I don't get those who love Lacazette. I don't get those who love Lacazette. I don't understand what it is about his job role that he does so well that he doesn't get more criticism. But that's another.
Do you know what it is with? Yeah, I know that's another convo, but you know what it is with Lacazette is his work rate, and that's something that Arsenal have been missing for years.
Sam, you're a guest on this podcast. We love you. This is my problem. This is my problem. This is a problem.
Pick your words perfectly, because remember, I'm still coming for you.
Don't worry. Don't worry, my friend. When we signed Alex Lacazette in 2017, remind me A, the fee, and B, the reason.
You signed him for work rate, right?
Okay, we signed him to score goals. I hear you. No, listen. I'm not a fan of Lacazette, bro. You can ask anyone. I'm not a fan of Lacazette. Do you understand? But I can see why people are showing him love. I can see why.
Are you showing him?
No. Do you know what that is? That's you telling your son, who you thought would be a lawyer, and you said, you know what, son? At least do what you like and enjoy. Follow your passion. Because all of a sudden, what you've done, 50 million quid he cost us. Okay, so let's not talk. So when we talk about cronkies and money, don't get me started. 50 million quid we did to replace Olivier Giroud, who was to replace Robin van Persie and Alexis Sanchez. Let's not forget. Sanchez got more goals on the wing. He's got more goals on outside the box. He's got more goals outside the box.
But
listen, you do not buy a striker and then say, do you know what? Guess what? Because what's funny about Lacazette, he can finish. This is the thing I can't understand.
This is it.
Okay, he can finish. So what I find very, very strange is why. Oh, you know what? I've bought some friggin' flour. I'm here to make chapatis, but instead we're gonna make some cakes. That's not what I bought it for.
Listen, I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I'm not a fan.
Okay, fine. So
you're doing what Chelsea fans did for Timo Werner, because I used to argue with them on a regular basis. Yeah, man, are telling me, but his off the ball movement, uncle, you paid 50 million.
If we're talking about off the ball movement, that is
before you sign the player. Listen, before you sign a player, if you said, you know what, his off the ball movement is great, he works hard for the team. If you said that beforehand, like if you're about to buy Bobby Firmino now, you know exactly what you're buying. But then all of a sudden, don't turn it around. Don't turn around and be like, oh no, we didn't buy Giroud to score goals. We didn't buy Lacazette to score goals. No, we definitely did. And he cost us £50 million in the pocket.
Right.
We're not Manchester United. We're not Man City. We're not Chelsea. We can't spunk 50 million quid like that. For guys who get how many goals a season? Who?
Actually, you can.
What's that?
We've seen in the last 3 years that Arsenal can really spunk money.
What do you mean? We bought Pepe and Klippe, bro.
What I'm saying is that we cannot afford to do that. Our club is in the hole right now because of situation. We finished 8th 2 years in a row. We finished 8th 2 years in a row. We don't even have European football because of stupid signings like this.
No, when you put it down to that,
bring it back to the center.
No, but again, Oscar, why do people rate Lacazette? I don't understand what they see that they are not they are satisfied with what they see, and I'm like, no, he's a striker. He scored.
I need 20 goals.
The striker is not striker.
This season, he's played most games at number 10.
The striker is not striker.
There you go.
Is Lacazette a playmaker?
No. Oscar, before
playmaker in the summer, and you're playing Lacazette at 10.
Oscar, I've never seen an assist in a Leon shirt. I never saw an assist in a Leon shirt. In a Leon shirt, he was banging goals. He was banging goals.
I never saw an assist.
I didn't see an assist. I didn't see him lay it off to what, Sidney Govou. I know I'm going back in time. I didn't see him lay it off. He wasn't laying it off to nobody. He was scoring the goals.
I don't get it.
CFC.
When I see Lacazette get love,
But we
Don't do that.
why?
we'll see. There's a couple good things coming out of Arsenal this season. Obviously, Emil Smith-Rowe. He's actually just scored, by the way. What do you call it?
First England goal, we love it.
Death row.
I can't lie. The way Arsenal. Sorry, Robin. Sorry, I'll let you speak.
Yeah.
The way Arsenal fans love Smith Rowe, the way both of you just reacted to Robin's saying that, and the three of us didn't even really care.
Listen,
I love that. I love the fact you love your boy.
Oscar, we're asking kindergartens to carry this football club, which is what they've been doing. He saved Arteta's job last season, without a shadow of a doubt. And out of 10, I'm going to go with a 6 as well, because I don't know who is the real Arsenal, if I'm honest. And I think Sam was kind of alluding to it, because it's that case of, like, okay, look, we beat Norwich and Burnley and so on. The impressive victories of people like Leicester away, Villa at home, Spurs at home, those are the impressive ones. Liverpool will kind of show us exactly where we are, I think. If we go into that game and we get beat, say 2-1 or 3-1, but it was a very close game, then I know, okay, Arsenal are they are on the up. Because I don't know if they're on the up or not. I genuinely cannot tell.
we've seen it before.
Because the first 3 games, 1,000%, you're absolutely right. And the first 3 games, as Robin pointed out, man, they still haunt me now. I was at Brentford. I was haunted. And I remember how much I was spitting that City away. I remember how much I was absolutely livid about that. Chelsea at home, Lukaku can't run for nothing, and he's there walking into our 6-yard box. Just little things like that where you think, okay, do you know what?
At that game, I thought Lukaku was going to score 30 goals this season, man.
That's the thing. We will make your players look good. Trust me, we'll make your guys look good.
World class.
But what I will say, don't get me wrong, the Palace at home game was so alarming, because it was, we did score in the very end, fair enough, and it was 2-2, and it counts as a draw. But man, it was a bit alarming. It was very, very alarming to me. And obviously, we don't seem to have a hold of games for like more than 50 minutes. And so that's the part I need to see a bit more in terms of performances. Can we control the game, the majority of the game? Because I think against Spurs, it was like a good 45, 50 minutes maybe. Villa, maybe a bit more. But yeah, other games where I'm a bit like, I don't want this knife edge stuff at Turf Moor. What are we doing? We should be going out there slapping them up. Them ones. So, I don't know what the true Arsenal is. Should Arsenal be better than West Ham? Should they be? Do you know what I'm saying? And if you can't answer that, then it makes me think, okay, do you know what?
So, yes.
Maybe they shouldn't. So I have to Okay. So you think we should be based on the players that we've got in our side and everything else, yeah?
100%.
Because if that's the case, then that's why they get a 6 out of 10. You catch my drift? If we think that, no, they're supposed to be above West Ham, or are we going to turn around and say, do you know what, West Ham, bruv, you man are actually sick. Or, Leicester City or whoever else. Are we going to turn around and say, you know what, these men are actually much better than Arsenal on paper and on the pitch? I don't know who the real Arsenal is right now. I genuinely don't know. So we'll see on Saturday. Oh, God. We'll see on Saturday how they fare at Anfield. But I think it'll be a much tougher game. Yes, we're 5:30.
All eyes on us, boy.
Wait, you're 5:30 Saturday?
5:30 on Saturday.
Oh, that's good TV. I'm going to watch that. What's that? Andrew says Liverpool 4, Arsenal 1.
My head's...
Arsenal's next 3 games are Everton, Liverpool, and Manchester United. You're getting pumped.
3 away games.
We are not pumping Arsenal.
Who's pumping us? Yeah, exactly.
No, but the thing is, out of all those 3 games, you can guarantee that United is going to beat Arsenal, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
You think so?
Just because 100%, bro. It's just the Arsenal way.
Listen, Man United are at home. Man United are at home,
bro.
If Man United were coming to the Emirates, I'm with you a little bit. I'm with you a little bit there, because I think away from home, I think people forgot about Man United's away form against the big lot, and we haven't seen it enough this season. There's not been that many games.
Hey,
so
Sam, I like you though. Like
that's twice now.
That's twice.
I think you lot misheard me. I'm saying that Arsenal's going to lose to United.
What did you say?
I'm saying Arsenal's going to lose to United, guaranteed.
Yeah. No, Sam.
Guaranteed,
bro. Because, bro, if you know
United
Arsenal's history,
have not
bro.
beaten Arsenal since 2017 when one Jose Mourinho was there.
I
been to
hear
2
that, bro.
games since that period at the Emirates and not see my team win.
Oh, you mean this? I think you won in 2018. I think you won in
We
2018
have not beaten.
when what's it called?
That was in a cup. That was in a cup.
No, in the league. When Mkhitaryan scored at Old Trafford for Arsenal, you lot won 2-1. I remember that. You lot won.
Mkhitaryan scored at home. Uncle.
No. Mkhitaryan scored for us at Old Trafford. Do you remember we played the blue kit? It was Mourinho's. I think it was Wenger's last. No. I was there. It was in the league.
I think he was in the league.
It was in the league. It was Wenger's last game at Old Trafford, and you lot gave him like a cannon and blah blah blah. Yeah. It's still Wenger. I'm saying 2018 though. 2018 is what I said.
Was that the Lingard Millie Rock game?
18 we left. 18 is when he left. Is when
It's because remember the picture. I think it was a picture of Jose, Arsene Wenger, and of Ferguson just having a picture for Wenger's retirement.
Yeah.
That's
Mavropanos and Maitland-Niles, bro. Boss playing absolutely brilliant, but we lost 2-1. I think Fellaini scored a header, if I can remember correctly. I think Fellaini scored a header.
I remember that game. That game. That was a Sunday.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
Yeah, Mavropanos was really good that day. I think it was his debut, in fact.
Nah,
it was very, very good. We were playing in the blue when we were just wearing blue kits for the, for the banner. It was like a royal blue to like light blue. But yeah, no, I was literally there. Because I remember when Mkhitaryan came down, he scored. It was like, yes, he scored against Man United. But
you're saying this is 2018?
Yeah, so it must have been like May time, around May 2018.
Yeah, it was very late in the season.
We beat you.
Around the end of the season.
Yeah, it was like right at the end. I remember that.
Right at the end.
And this is what I'm saying. You lot have been coming up with clutch goals this season, bro. That's
the thing. I do fear it. No, Ernest, if there's one man I fear, especially, do you know who haunted me? One of the few people that have haunted me as an Arsenal fan. Rooney is one of them. But Cristiano Ronaldo, my goodness, that man haunts me.
Bro.
That man haunts me. Every time he plays against Arsenal, he scores. Every time.
Because it would be typical Arsenal to concede in the last minute of the game. And
that's the thing. I genuinely think Arsenal could probably be the better performing side, but it doesn't mean we leave with any points.
Bro, you might not make me go to the flipping highlights, bro. I'm trying to. I do not remember this game.
I do not remember this game at all.
Because it meant nothing. It meant nothing.
Apparently England are winning 8-0.
Yes, 8-0. Tyrone Mings.
Mings.
But that's our thoughts on Arsenal.
England have qualified.
It's 9.
Never mind, it's 9.
Apparently that 8 has now become 9.
Oscar, let's lastly wrap this up. Yeah, I'm like, dude. But. Oscar, Manchester United out of 10, go for it.
4.
4.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. 4.
Bro, I don't remember this game.
Man said this game was a myth.
Bro, I scored against Arsenal before. When was it, bro?
Oh yeah,
guys, tell me you remember. Bro, when?
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Was it a deflection? Was it like a long range shot and a deflection?
It came. So Sanchez hit it.
Yeah.
Sanchez hit it, and then it came off the goalkeeper, and then Pogba just tapped it in.
Right. Yeah.
I said 4. Anyone else?
I'm going 5. I'm just going their average this season, which is not good. Just average.
I'm going to go for 4 as well. I think they've been below average. I think considering the players that they have in their team, they should be doing way better. Like 3 defeats in the last 5. Like, come on.
I agree, but look, and trust me, me defending Man United is a very challenging task. But the games they've played against, the teams they've played against, in comparison to everybody else, I think they've had probably the hardest games this season out of all of our lot.
That's not true.
You don't think
so? That is cap.
That's just not true.
Ernest, you played City, you played Spurs, you played Liverpool, you played Chelsea, you played them all.
You haven't played Chelsea.
I haven't played Chelsea. Okay,
and all those 3 you mentioned, Chelsea have played and City have played.
Of the league.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Man United.
Everyone wanted our fixtures.
Yeah.
From August till flipping Liverpool. Everyone wanted our fixtures.
I'm scrolling through. I mean,
Captain Marvel.
100%. Like Liverpool's definitely been their hardest game. That's it.
What?
I don't think they've had a harder game than that.
City, no?
Oh yeah, City.
Struggled. Look at our fixtures before Liverpool. We lost to Aston Villa at home. We drew to Everton. We drew to Southampton away. He's
Yeah,
taking
come
the
on,
piss, bro.
And then you take Ronaldo out of the
Manchester
equation.
United
Where would they
top
be in the
of the
Champions League?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. If you take Ronaldo out, those guys are going Europa League.
It's crazy,
Of
bro.
course.
Yeah.
And you'd be bottom half because even in the league he's been frigging clutch, hasn't he?
Manchester United get a 2 out of 10. You know when you get a U
Two.
for writing your
They
name?
get a 2. I was like,
You know
well,
when
you're
you get a
giving
U for writing
4?
your name on the exam, they get a 2.
No, do you know what? I didn't really.
And it's a 4. It's a 4.
Now, Oscar,
It's two.
there's bare L's, you know. They
Really?
lost 4 games in 11 matches.
Don't do that. You said
bro.
5. Don't tell me
No, I
that.
know, but obviously, because I've been schooled by Ernest. He was schooling, man, just a second ago. I went through their fixtures.
2.
And I'm
Manchester
thinking,
United get a 2.
By the way, Jude
Manchester United get a
Bellingham's
2.
goal's
Sorry. I'm
been
so
ruled
sorry,
out.
Robin. Simply because we've only dominated 1 game this season.
Mhm.
We get a 2.
You get a 2.
2, bro.
gosh, you still have to play Chelsea and Arsenal back to back. Flipping
Yeah.
hell.
What's the game you lot dominated? Spurs.
Ah,
Yeah,
Spurs.
that Spurs win. Yeah.
Spurs.
That's not
I
for
think-
me. That's not even
I
being
don't think-
dominant.
starting
fam.
to annoy me, you know.
Now, to be fair, the only good games they've actually probably had is probably Leeds and Newcastle. And I remember Newcastle was on a bit of a knife edge
And
at like
we didn't
2-1.
play well. We didn't play
Yeah.
well against Newcastle. We
Yeah.
didn't play well against Newcastle. We scored 4 because they're trash.
I remember Wolves.
Just
I was
like
thinking, how have you
Tottenham.
scored that? Yeah, no, you losing 4-2 at Leicester. This
come on.
Leicester, David
Come on.
Brent Leicester.
Come on.
Come on.
David
After
Brent.
Aston Villa beat us, they lost 5 in a row. We got the manager. But come on, bro. Manchester United are a 2 out of 10. I don't care what none of you lot say.
You know what? You've just taken my rating down to a 3.
Bro, he
I'ma
schooled
give them a
me,
3.
fam.
I'ma
He
give-
has
Yes.
schooled me,
When I
boy.
tell- no, guys, Manchester United are Arsenal with a Gucci belt, crocodile leather. That's what we are. That's what we are, bro. I can't believe the team that I'm watching and the poor football that we're playing. Like the fact that do you know the bit that annoyed me the most? Ronaldo taking his shirt off and celebrating against Villarreal. That's when I lost it. I lost my head that day.
He's like, let me savor this moment.
Celebrating against.
Ernest, do you think, Ernest and Robin, do you guys think that Man United will qualify out of the group?
For sure, they will.
For sure.
Yeah,
They will.
they're in pole position.
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
how many games are left?
You
Is it
both
2?
know, that we've discovered who Ollie's judge man is. His witch doctor is Rafiki from Lion King, bro. Yeah, man. He needs to keep the tab on because there's some things where it's not worked. Because, bro, I think this season Ollie will do the mad judge, like the last push. Remember when Thanos came to the Asgardian ship in the beginning, and then he stabbed, he duppied the Hulk here, and then Idris Elba was like, "All fathers, one last time," and then he sent the Hulk to Earth. Yeah, that's what Ollie's gonna do one more time. Let's just get this group stage because he's never qualified for the last 16 as Manchester United manager. He's never qualified for the last 16.
He will, man. He will. He's in pole position. And Boss Lando says United will still get top 4. It's guaranteed, and they will qualify from the group. It ain't all too bad.
I
Look at the
agree
bar,
with that,
guys. Look at
Yeah.
the bar.
Oh,
Look at the bar.
It's true. But I do think Man United will be the top 4. The top 4 is set. I think it's done. I don't think there's any, maybe West Ham could have a sneak, but that's the only club. I can't see anybody else.
Big up SVO Genius. Good morning, man. Good morning.
I said morning. Where's he at?
Where's he at?
Australia.
Australia. Yeah.
He's from Australia.
what did I say at the start of the pod? I left for a bit, I came back, and he's still here. That was it.
He's at the will, Robin. Okay, and you know it as well as Ernest knows it. Unless Champions League is a myth, he's not getting sacked. That's how you lot have sacked in the past.
Gucci belt.
I mean,
Top 4.
Arsenal's
That's all they care about.
Arsenal's bad. Arsenal's
The only
bad.
exception to the rule was Jose because the environment was toxic. Whatever. But flipping, every manager, like, listen, Ollie is proof. He is the evidence here that Manchester United does not need to win the Premier League to sack their managers.
Do you know what's funny, bro? You know when Jose probably left, he thought, I may have messed up here. The next guy's going to come in and sweep up. But the fact that Tammy?
Let's go.
Oh, even I'm happy about that.
Jude's goal got disallowed.
Tabby
Yeah.
Abraham.
Even
Sammy
I'm
got
happy.
his.
I'm happy for Abraham, man. I'm liking what he's doing, man. But yeah, when Mourinho left, you would have thought big up Jazz. When Mourinho left, you would have thought, he's probably messed up. I bet he can't believe his luck that United haven't won a trophy since he's left. I bet because the squad is so much better than what he had, and you sort of think
The best squad we've had since 2008.
Do you not think since Van Gaal? You don't think since Van Gaal?
2008.
The squad is fantastic.
Because I thought he had a
manager
brilliant squad in
problem.
was it 15, 16?
Cap.
I thought he had a good team then.
Cap.
The Van Gaal Nike, not the Adidas, the Van Gaal Nike. I thought he had a good team then. Shriney.
And
And-
did you see our back four?
Remind me. is this when Borfoot Jackson and them man burst into the scene?
Hey,
Was it
don't
them man
diss my
there?
boy Cameron. Hey, Cameron was a bad boy.
Yeah, but like you lot were pretty,
Hey.
you lot were
I watched
plucking guys.
Michael Jackson live at Stamford Bridge, yeah? Goodness me, 10-0? Flip.
Come on,
Yeah.
Bukayo. Look at that. Man, them are getting England goals, fam. International
on.
goals. Come on.
Yeah, but Peter, we're going to ask the same question. When it comes to the World Cup and we see the 25 men that are going, we're going to ask the same questions. Why is this guy going? Why is this guy not going? I still don't trust him.
Who? Trust who?
Southgate.
Listen, man, it is what it is. We have to just hold this L having him as the manager, to be fair. You just got to hold it. You just got to hold it. It's one of those. Like,
Hey, SW6 and Trent got like 9 assists.
he's just racking them up, lad.
Oh my days.
All right. Lastly, who's the other six? Is it Tottenham? Is it really them? God.
Shouldn't it be like Leicester,
my
though? Because they made it.
I think we should.
All right, you know who I'm going to give a 9 to?
Who's
West
that?
Ham.
West
West
Ham.
Ham.
Yeah, I'd rather
Yeah.
do West
No.
Ham than them. Man.
Moise. Sorry to say it again, but it's Moise.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
David
Nah,
Moyes, man. Oh,
They
West Ham.
surprised me, man.
If you cannot enjoy this West Ham team, then I don't know what football you lot like to enjoy.
They're in. Well, it all depends who drops into the Europa League, as always. Whoever drops in from Champions League, but as of
Yeah.
right now, they're in position for the Europa League at the moment.
West Ham are massive, as their fans like to say.
We got a
And-
question from Brandon. Sorry, it's off the West Ham thing. So Pete, I don't know if you had anything to say.
No. That's big up West Ham.
He says, can we admit qualifying in CONCACAF is harder than qualifying in England's group? England would have difficult games versus USA, Mexico, Costa Rica's of the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, isn't the CONCACAF like 2 groups? Ain't it just like 2 groups of like 15 countries?
It's all about
Yeah,
how
but like,
people do their seeding stuff, because in CONCACAF, how many teams are there? There's 10, I think, something like that. Same with
Is
South
it?
America. Yeah, whereas in Europe, there's 51 teams that need to qualify with 10 spaces. It's all about the spaces how they give. So
But why does Europe get so many spaces?
because there's so many damn teams. And most of the countries come from Europe.
Best players in the
51
world are all in Europe, innit? Well, the
In
majority of the best players in the world.
That's why it's
But
Europe.
it goes to show, though. But bear this in mind. Look how many South American teams have won the World Cup. That's putting Europe to shame. To be fair,
And again, South America.
When was the
only-
last time a South American team won the
South
World
America
Cup?
only has 5. There's 10 teams in South America. The top 4 automatically qualify, and then the 5th person goes into a playoff with the Oceania team. So that's how they get their 5th man in. So
yeah. But like you said, you were saying that Europe has the most countries, obviously, and Antonio scored. Yeah, man, Antonio. Bro, did you
My
see
God.
his goal?
are they playing now?
No, I saw him score. I saw some highlights of him yesterday.
I know he scored in their other game, but they got USA next. I didn't know if that
Have
was.
they?
Oscar asked the question like he was going to run to the heritage flipping.
He's a liar. He's a liar, fam.
The yard pub and just go watch the game.
But yeah, in other news, it seems that your boy, as you like to call him, J5, has probably cost Italy the automatic run of going into the World Cup, because Switzerland are 3 up right now.
Are they?
Are going to qualify. Yeah. Italy are going to have to go to the playoffs like Portugal.
Yeah, hold that, man. Hold that. All those guys need to hold that playoff.
But yeah, no, I think Brandon's question is correct. I think it is harder for sure, and I'm amazed at how many South American champions there've been in the World Cup. I think that's pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal, if you ask me.
Yeah, Brandon says Jamaica plays USA tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna have a butchers.
No.
Oh, you was all giving it stacks about Antonio earlier.
Yeah, because I would have liked it if Antonio scored against the USA.
Oh, that's deep. Big up Mikel Antonio. Okay, is it time to get to our question?
Yes. Yeah.
Question of the day. By the way, Dean Smith at Norwich, we didn't say anything either.
Before you go on, Boss Lindo says, have you ever been to a Jamaican restaurant in London? I swear they always have nothing left.
Bro, you always have to get an alternative, bro. Oh,
bro, that man they just bring one crate of every item, boy, and then just.
Said, okay, so what do you have?
So we don't have that.
That was, man. You come after work, boy, it's empty. Nah, man. I like a good Caribbean munch, man. I like a good one.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Good patty. That's what we need.
Can't go wrong, can you? You can't really go wrong. Guys, we need to come up with the top 4 podcasts, top 5 African footballers in Premier League history. We now have that.
Wait, before we get into this list, yeah, I need my screen time.
Let's go.
Time right now.
Let's go.
Talk to me. Yeah.
You see, last time I came on a top 4 podcast, innit? Yeah. There was a certain player, that was getting a lot of criticism before he even touched the pitch. You know, someone on this panel, I'm not going to name names yet. Someone on this panel.
Why is Oscar back close to the screen?
Was moving. Somebody on this panel was moving a bit suspect, bro. Talking about black goalkeepers.
Whoa,
and I said,
whoa.
No, hold on. It's my screen time. It's my screen time. It's my screen time. Let's not try and switch this up now. Let's not try and switch it up. This is my screen time. If you want to go screen record the last episode I was on, after we can do that. We were talking about black goalkeepers, in the Premier League. And you weren't giving man their flowers, and it's understandable. But you didn't give my brother Edward Mendy a chance. And now, look. Most Premier League clean sheets by an African goalkeeper in history. Most Champions League clean sheets.
How many are they?
Shh.
How many is that?
Listen, these are stats.
He's not been here a year.
Trophy to his name. Champions League goalkeeper of the year. Yeah? I need to see you apologize right now.
Sam.
Pete, if you apologize, I'll never rate you again.
Ernest, you don't know me well. Ernest, you don't know me well. Ernest, you don't know me well.
Cool.
You don't know me well. A goalkeeper who he has graced the country, 13 months, okay? And you've come to tell me he's got the record of the most clean sheets for an African goalkeeper. Number 1, that's an alarm bell. Number 2, I totally agree. He has been nothing short of phenomenal this season. Okay, but let me tell you something right now. What, after 13 months of being in the country, I have to apologize? Oh, hell no. Because what happens when next season he reverts to any other African goalkeeper we've ever seen, or any other African goalkeeper that we've seen in the African Cup of Nations? Okay, if I start seeing antics, what country is he from? Out of curiosity.
Senegal.
So I'll keep an eye on them on the AFCON this year. Don't you worry.
Keep an eye on him because he's the missing piece. He's the missing piece. He's the missing piece for Senegal to win that trophy.
All I'll say is do not come to me with excuses about the pitch condition or the goal nets or anything like that. Okay.
Why would we move? Like, why are we moving the goalposts to the AFCON? Because this guy was signed, and we were talking about how well can this guy do in the Premier League. He had a really, really good season. In the Champions League, he kept the most clean sheet ever of any other player since the tournament began. Like,
remember why I didn't give him a chance? Remember I was quoting that he was jobless at age 25. Okay, this is a goalkeeper that had nothing. He was doing nothing at all in football, and he was at Rennes, I think, 2-3 seasons, and he looked decent at Rennes, and then you signed him. Nothing special. You know what I'm saying? Nothing special. Bear in mind, Chelsea spent 70 million quid on their goalkeeper prior. So I'm just telling you right now, there is no need for me to apologize right now, guys.
But listen, by the
13
sound of
months,
things,
13 months in a Premier League career is nothing.
but listen, by the sound of things,
Consistency
you're
over
still
time.
doubting him, bro. You're still
I'm
doubting
not.
him. You said you were
Listen,
doubting him before because he was jobless and that.
listen,
He's now
listen,
won trophies.
listen.
He's now got awards, and you're still doubting him. So don't
Listen,
let me come on this podcast next
I-
year. And he's winning goalkeeper of the year again,
Sam,
and
Sam,
we're having the same conversation, bro.
Sam,
you need to give my man his flowers, bro.
Listen. He can hold a sunflower for today. But what I'm saying to you is he needs to be consistent over time. I'm not going to jump in this game and get caught up in the gas because it's round the corner. It could be round the corner where he absolutely flops the base.
Can I ask a question, please?
Go for it.
Like, what other goalkeepers from African descent is he being compared to? Because the streets need to know.
Ernest, ask the question again. I don't think they heard you. For the guy at the back, for the person at the back, say it again.
From Ghana, if man are compared it to Richard Kingston and
Bruce
Mandanda, let's
said Bruce Gobbler.
No, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you
it's
on
not
that.
about hearing me.
But-
I did ask you the question.
But you got to understand that.
Is he the greatest? Is Mendy the greatest African goalkeeper of all time? Let me ask you that question. Is he the greatest African goalkeeper of all time?
Some people would argue, but no, he's not.
There, Your Honor, I rest my case.
Wait.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to be for you to give him his flowers, bro.
Ooh.
I need him to be good.
He's been
But
good.
he is good.
He's very
He doesn't
good.
need to be the
He
best.
has been very good. Hello, I said 13 months in a Premier League career is nothing. It's nothing in a Premier League career. Not long ago, we were giving shots at David De Gea, who, by the way, was one of the best goalkeepers we'd ever seen in the Premier League. But there were times when he was awful, and we were saying, hang on a minute, David De Gea, are we sure? There's many goalkeepers we can talk about that don't even meet anywhere near the plethora.
I just
Consistency over time.
Based on when Sam was last here, and we had this conversation, and Chelsea signed Mendy, and all of us were like, what's this keeper about? Peter, you were a little bit more negative than that. You were very, very much putting the heritage in front of how good this keeper was going to be. He had, like I said already, he had an impressive season. The guy won an award for being the best goalkeeper in the Champions League, and he's solid for Chelsea. Solid. We don't worry about goalkeeping. I think that you might have to revert.
It's not enough for me to apologize about African goalkeepers and what we've been served for the last 20 years.
I'm still
I didn't ask for the apology for that.
Being compared to.
Say that again, sorry.
I'm still waiting for the other African goalkeepers he's being compared to.
Well, given Mandanda, the one that plays for France, yeah. The one that plays for France, Mandanda. We can't bring him in.
But if we're talking about in the Premier League, we obviously know there's been a lack of African goalkeepers in the Premier League. Fair enough. But you got to put into perspective the moment of time he came into the club. Chelsea were desperate for a goalkeeper, bro. There's already so much pressure on black goalkeepers in general. Yeah, they were desperate for a goalkeeper. He came in and he performed from the jump, bro. He performed from the jump and he proved all the haters wrong. Champions League in his pocket, Champions League goalkeeper of the year in his pocket. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, what more do you need? Hella clean sheets in the league.
I just need consistency. That's all I need. He doesn't even have to perform at this level, because it's this level that he's been performing at is really outstanding. He doesn't have to be that high. I just need consistency over time. I'm not going to pluck a year out of what I've do you remember my diss when I was talking about the AFCON goalkeepers? Have you ever watched the goalkeepers in the African Cup of Nations? So I'm talking about every team's goalkeepers, right? It is hilarious. So when I saw Chelsea went that way to go and get a new goalkeeper, I was astonished. Then I looked at this guy's history and I found that he didn't even have a club not 3-4 years ago. I'm thinking, come on, what is going on here? Now, I hear Petr Cech was behind all of this and all and whatnot, and clearly knew the guy and whatever else. I need consistency over time.
It's the Petr Cech approval for me. That was what made me confident.
You felt comfortable.
Yeah, because obviously Petr Cech didn't pick Kepa. He wasn't there for that. But
he wasn't there, was he?
He went. Obviously, he knows Ren very, very closely, the club. So he was like, this guy is it. And I think what Mendy's done. You're saying it's 1 year, but this year, Mendy's won us game this season as well. So I think,
I mean, like 1 year.
And if you look at the Ballon d'Or shortlist, out of all the players that didn't make that list, he's the most talked about. As in, why didn't he make it?
And we know why.
We know exactly why.
You know why? And why is the stigma. The stigma that you
It's true.
No, like, you know, listen. If he's playing well over time, no problem, no doubt, no issue there. I will apologize when the time is right. This isn't me being because the thing is, say I apologize today, and then I get the friggin' Almunia, right? The African Almunia between now and by the time he leaves.
What are you waiting for?
Because consistency, I said consistency.
Because if he wins the AFCON, are you then going to apologize?
But, no, I said consistency.
Can I ask you this, Pete? Are you waiting for Ramsdale's downfall?
What do you mean?
Because he came from a relegated team, bro. He's had a bad past. He's coming and he's performing, but we're not saying,
he always performed.
Let's wait for Ramsdale. Let's wait for Ramsdale's downfall.
Look, I'm not on the.
Why are we waiting for him to suck?
Oscar, put your chin back, yeah. Secondly, with the Ramsdale situation, I've not even jumped on that wagon just yet. I like the fact that when we signed him, do you remember
I better not see his name in caps.
Go for it. what I'll say is, ask Oscar. When the Ramsdale thing was coming through, I said that's a good signing because he's actually a good goalkeeper. In all those seasons he's been relegated, he has been the player of the season for those clubs. From AFC Bournemouth AFC Bournemouth, yes, AFC Wimbledon and Sheffield United, he was the player of the season. So he was clearly good. He was just in a terrible side. But Ramsdale, I'm not even jumping on that yet. He's doing good at Arsenal. He's only been there 3 months. Like I'm not even going there with Ramsdale. So don't think I'm saying even Ramsdale. I'm classing him as a top-notch goalkeeper because again, there's not been enough time. That's all I will say.
You need to talk about Mendy the way you used to talk about Leno. That's what I need to hear from you, man.
No, I had to defend Leno. All I did on this pod was defend because he kept getting attacked. There's a difference. There's a difference. It's not me. It's not. I wouldn't even back Leno necessarily. But it's the fact that the slander Leno was getting. I said this guy saved us a good 15, 20 points last season and the season before.
How many points did Mendy save us this year?
I don't know. But you don't see, but you haven't seen me come out and say, "Oh, Mendy ain't all that," or "He's not that good," or "He's had a few howlers." I've not said a word about Mendy. I've not said a word about him this year.
Give him his flowers, man. Give him his flowers.
Sunflower. There you go. Sunflower's there.
Yeah, Boss Andrew said Peter's pride will never let him apologize.
How? I literally just said consistency over time.
Sorry, there was.
I literally. Go on.
No, there was a comment earlier talking about. Big up Jazz. He says Mandanda was even better.
The French goalkeeper, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if we're gonna go down that road, then the French Africans. There's been quite a few of them that you could probably say, you know what, good goalkeepers. But I went based on their history and now maybe Mendy's changing that. And I know Onana was brought up as well, who unfortunately he's banned for a year, wasn't he? So it's like just as he was riding high.
I think he played his first game in like over a year or so for Cameroon.
Recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll be poised to watch the AFCON in January. Don't you worry. Sammy, have you got anything else?
I think all the energy has been thrown, so
yeah.
I'm good. I just need to get that one off my chest.
Listen, consistency over time, and what exactly am I apologizing for? Because what did I say that was not cool at the time of the signing? What did I say? That was okay. That's
I don't even know what particularly. I don't know exactly what you said, but I know you just doubted him from the get-go.
Yeah,
and a lot of goalkeepers, when they come into the league, will not get that same level of doubt that you gave him. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. All I'm saying is that a lot of people are calling John Barnes in the comments that.
Is there such thing as racism? But when I look at the top clubs in the league, right? You look at your Chelsea's, United's, Arsenal's, whoever else, right? Cities, Liverpool's. They've signed top quality goalkeepers in the past. Like when Alisson came, you couldn't even knock it. When Edison came, we thought, oh, hang on, let's have a look. And then, even Chelsea are known for having good goalkeepers. Do you know what I'm saying? They've had good goalkeepers from Courtois when he was red hot in his first year. Czech's probably the greatest of all time. So when I'm looking at Chelsea, they signed Kepa. I thought, bloody hell, what's happened there? Then they've gone and signed Mendy. I'm like, what? what is happening? What is going on, America?
So,
you know.
so what do you reckon we need to see from him? We see the same Mendy for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, like I said, I literally said, I literally said, even he doesn't even have to be at this level, because this level right now he's very, very high. He doesn't have to be that high anymore. I just need consistency over time. Let's say 3 seasons. If he's still there, brilliant. Ask these men about Harry Kane. How long it took me to finally cross over with Harry Kane, and they thought it was a Tottenham thing. It's like, geez, Harry Kane come off the back of the Europa League and he was scoring goals. He had a hot season, I think, in 2015. And then 2016, that's when I was like, okay, 2017, he's doing it again. You know, they tried to stop him, but he's doing it again. I couldn't stop him. You know them ones. Consistency over time. Consistency over time, man. That's all I am, man. That's all I am. Right. Man, the moment you've been waiting for.
Boy, oh boy.
The top 5 best African players in Premier League history. With a caveat, it is African players who have been at their peak, their best in the Premier League. Not history, not status, like George Weah at Chelsea, for example. We're not including them, man, there. But as a top 4 collective, we need to come up with the top 5 best African players in Premier League history. Which way should we do? Should we go 1 each all the way around? Or are we gonna give our 5s, or are we gonna, how do you want to play this?
I think we should let's all say 1 name each.
Okay.
And then someone could throw another ring in the hat, and then we'll try to devise our 5 that way.
So let's do, like, for example, you're certified. Who is like number 1 in your opinion? For example, we'll go in that order. So everybody go around. Oscar, we start with you. Number 1, the best African player of all time in the Premier League.
Oscar's going.
Of course, we know where he's going.
You know where I'm going. It's the man that won 3 Premier League titles, left, came back, and won a 4th.
Man, like Victor Moses, you know.
Hey.
My guy. Victor Moses, come back to the Super Eagles, man.
I think that there's a huge debate to be had here. I mean, you guys know who my number 1 is going to be, but I actually wouldn't be mad if you guys pick other players over, because there's, in terms of actual quality at peaks, there's arguments for other players. I just think for what this guy did for his entire time in the Premier League, there's just too many elite seasons to leave out. So I'm going to go Didier Drogba, the Ivorian, number 11. Like I said, won 3 Premier League titles with Chelsea. I think a Golden Boot came in one of those seasons, and then also came back and won it again, and was our front line for the years where we were the most dominant in the Premier League. Drogba.
Didier Drogba. Yeah, Robin, who is a certified in your opinion?
I'm not gonna say that he's number 1 or that stuff, but I feel like a lot of people, forget about him.
Wait, don't say it. Remember, this round, 30s. I want 30s. No, but
I think he's 30.
Okay.
I genuinely do.
You think it will be a debate, though?
No, he said he thinks he's top 5.
People forget about him.
He said he might be forgetting. He might be forgotten. Okay, go for it.
That's not saying that he should be in a convo, and I think it's Michael Essien.
Let's talk about it.
Michael Essien. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Michael Essien.
Why are you bringing the shot?
I don't know why he's bringing a shot. I just feel like for him.
He was ready for it, bro.
You gotta know. He was
Oscar, how long's that been sitting on your lap for?
Why ready?
2 hours, blood. You know what?
Hey, man, production.
He's been waiting, man. He's been waiting. Michael Essien is a very aggressive, very, very strong shout right there.
Crazy. That's
Ernest, who is a 30 in your opinion that should be in the top 5 of all time?
This is gonna be like my number 1 through to 5. Like my man can make it back.
Dylon.
This is for me the epitome of Sauce. I watched him play for new rivals, and I was like, how is he there and not with us? This is like when TGI's had the original Jack Daniel's sauce on the ribs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He literally had too much juice, too much sauce. Where to YC? Yaya, the OG
Uncle.
Toure.
Uncle.
Man like
Uncle.
Yaya
Greatest.
Toure.
Uncle Yaya
Uncle.
Toure.
Uncle.
What's that in this? Wow.
The man.
Come on.
Listen,
What's that
the
in
man.
this? Yaya had one good season.
listen.
Oh, come on,
Hey,
man.
please, I saw
let's not
Toure. I
disrespect
thought it was
the team
prop.
today.
I didn't even realize it was slander. But yeah, go on,
Bro.
yeah.
Now, Sam, go true. Who is your certy up there? This is a tough battle, by the way. We've got SCN, Drogba, and now Yaya Toure. It only leaves 2 spots left.
Ernest, if I could spud you right now, I will spud you right now. Because Yaya Toure is one of the greatest midfielders in Premier League history, period, bro.
Fact.
I think it's very easy to forget how special the guy was. From a guy that's built like that should not be playing the way he did.
Fantastic.
Should not
very,
be
very
playing
good
the
point.
football that he did, bro. He's
Very, very
honestly,
good point.
I think he just especially in terms of that City era, from where they came from to where they are now, he was a pivotal part of it. I wouldn't be surprised if one day City give him a statue. I won't even lie.
Too cold. Way too
It's
cold.
a very,
Too
very,
cold, bro.
very, very strong case you've made there, Mr. Yaya Toure, because he was definitely going to be my pick before you said that. So this is going to be mad now because
It's gonna be madness.
this is tough because there are so many players that we still have left out as we're talking that could probably have an argument here. But yeah, in terms of the top 5 African players of all time in the Premier League, I'm gonna have to give it to Mr. Mohamed Salah in this pack. I think he's gonna squeeze in that one there because it's what he's doing, what he's actually doing. Statistically, the goals he's scoring, the type of goals he's scoring, and the consistency. Here's where he gets in for me because he's done this since what 20? Can we argue 17-18 season? Where he's been a joke and he's just constantly 20, 30 goals each season. For me, I think he has to squeeze in there.
That's fair.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now we have 5.
Yes.
Is there
Yeah,
any
4.
one player outside of the... Wait, why are you saying 4? We have 5, bro.
We said, yeah, sorry,
Me
twice.
and Ernest said, yeah.
Oh, you both said
apologies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do I need to say someone different?
Oh, shame.
That's
Do you know what?
guaranteed in my
I
top
didn't
5.
notice. I don't know why I
Do you know,
didn't.
I didn't even notice that. I did not
Yeah.
even notice that, to be fair. No, you don't have to say anyone different. So
Okay.
we've got 4. So we need to squeeze. Okay, so at least we've got 34, yeah? Okay.
Do we have to pick the 5 and then maybe we might have an honorable mention that goes above one of the 5? Because I personally think we do.
I think everyone's going to have a different number 5.
Wait, how many honorable mentions does everyone have? I have 3.
No, yeah,
I've got about 3.
I've got 2.
Should we all say our honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Like I said,
That's
that's why
gonna
when I you think a machine's gonna happen?
Say again?
I was looking at Ernest, he's shaking his head, so you just want to hear some certain names.
I don't want to hear no honorable mentions, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I think of the 4 we've mentioned, one of them doesn't make my top 5.
Whoa.
Oh.
Who's the one? I'm intrigued. And
Should I
if you
say that?
dare, bro.
I know who he's saying. I know exactly who he's saying.
I don't think SCN makes the top 5.
Okay.
Oh.
I know I've got his shirt here and that, and I'm a big fan. But
SCN doesn't meet the top 5.
In terms of Premier League history, I think that so we had Yaya, we had Drogba, we had Salah. I can name 2 people whose Premier League accomplishments I think go ahead.
Okay.
Ahead of SCN.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be interesting then. Let's see. So SCN's got there's a grey area over his name so far.
Can I name one of them?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
everyone can name one each.
Riyad Mahrez.
But comfortable. He makes the 5 for me. In
Yeah,
my
he was
opinion, he
my
makes the 5 for me.
He has to.
First African player to win Premier League Player of the Year. Okay, he's won the league with Leicester and Manchester City. He is so underrated. It's frigging frustrating about him. I'm frustrated with when it comes to Riyad Mahrez. The year he won the league with Leicester City, was it double goals and assists that season? I know, and I think Vardy finished top goal scorer that year. But my God, Mahrez, my goodness, was a different quality.
Different.
So he needs to be in that. I think Oscar, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
that's freaking aggressive. That is.
I don't know if anyone else wants to go next.
Robinho.
I was going to say, are you thinking? I'm just intrigued. Are you trying to say Sadio Mane has a higher legacy than Essien?
Look, Jazz has come in here and he said Mane. He's put Mane's name like 4 times.
Mane. Does
don't
Mane
know.
make top 5?
That's what
Mane
I'm saying.
top 5?
Off the top of my head, I don't think he makes my top 5.
Mane has 100 Premier League goals.
Mane don't make my top 5.
Sweet.
Good grief. He's got 100 Premier League goals.
I don't know.
He's got 100. It's true. But the thing is,
Because there's
when we
loads
do
more
this,
players we haven't mentioned, guys.
this is
Oh,
what
there's
I'm
loads.
saying.
Let's go.
There's loads. There's loads. Who did you say, Robin?
No, because the thing is, my 5 was I only had the 5. Riyad Mahrez was my 1, and then other
All
people
the names
that
you've named.
yeah, and then just other people. Like remember when I asked before we started the pod, are we going to include people that have had like Premier League legacy players as well that are African that people will remember back in the day? So that's why I asked include, or are we just doing 30 on?
Well, it depends
So,
if they were better than the players that we've got in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, an honourable mention who, in terms of their career, is up there with these names is Samuel Eto'o. But what Eto'o did in the Premier League is not. We're not including him because he's not top 5 in the Premier League. But overall, he's probably better than half the players on the list. So,
Yeah,
Let's go to number 2 then.
one, bro.
yeah. So who's the other mentions, guys? Who are your other honourable mentions?
Honourable mention. It's an Arsenal player, and I was flicking between one of the other because I wasn't too sure in particular who I think. But I think one of the most underrated Arsenal players ever, and especially what he won in the league, and what he's done since as well when he left. Kolo Touré has a massive shout.
You are the guy, bro.
Because he you have to think about Oscar. This is a guy who came into the side and he was in the unbeaten team. He's in the Invincibles. He then went on to Manchester City, won the league there as well. So like we're talking about players that are, actually, did he win the league at City? Why does that not sound? That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound right.
Let me double check that.
Double check that for me. But yeah, Lauren was the other argument because Lauren won the double and also went unbeaten as well. Lauren was
won one Premier League title at City.
You know who I thought you were gonna say, Peter?
Go
I
on.
thought you were gonna say Kanu.
Kanu's is another one there, man. Underrated beyond measure. The goals.
Adebayo was a better Premier League player than Kanu.
Yeah.
No chance. No chance.
What do you mean no chance?
No chance. No chance. I'm not having Adebayo above Kanu. Show some respect. Show some respect.
Nostalgia scream my people, bro. Nostalgia scream my people.
What are we talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying.
So what if he's won a golden boot? That doesn't mean that you make the thing. You doesn't mean that you make it.
No,
Where you putting Uncle JJ?
Say again.
Where you putting Uncle JJ? A Kopcha?
Uncle JJ don't make this list. Sorry,
No,
guys.
but
JJ don't
this
make
is
the
what I'm
top
trying
10,
to
I
say,
reckon.
guys. When now we're not actually saying our second. We're just mentioning honourable mentions, and names are flying out.
We've still
Wait,
got.
do we even have a first here? Do we
We
even
haven't-
have a first here?
We've only got 4 names so far. We still need to make number 5. And Oscar's teetering on one of his on Essien. He's teetering. So there's potentially 2 spots for guaranteed top 5. There's 2 spots.
Say the 4 again. Say the 4 again.
The 4 is Yaya, Didier Drogba, Salah, and Riyad Mahrez.
And Essien.
Well, that's 5 then.
Yeah. No, yeah. But then
I thought we'd only had 4.
No, we have.
The fifth,
I think Mahrez after that.
Riyad Mahrez. Oh, okay, yeah, of course. That was second round. Yeah, that was second round. Okay, so with the Essien and who's the weakest of those 5? What's the weakest link there out of those 5?
I think Essien is the weakest.
Over Mahrez.
Do you know why? I think it's partly because like injuries shagged a lot of his time at Chelsea. Like when he played, he was elite. He didn't always get to play. Yeah, it's tough one.
He was in a great
slightly
team as
unfair
well.
though, because we tend to always put players who score goals above all the rest.
Yep, very true.
Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah.
It's why Kolo jumped in there for me because he won the league at 2 different clubs. I don't know. I don't know. He did. He won it with
Was
City.
he not a coach when they won it?
He was a coach at Leicester, I think, or Liverpool, one of them teams.
I remember
He won 2 league titles.
Because he won Arsenal in 2004, and I think he won City's first one in
Was he not
2012.
there in 02 at Arsenal?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't there in 02.
Okay.
Lauren was. That's the thing. Lauren was in there, was 02 and 04, which makes me think, oh man, that's very.
He's there, man.
He scored goals against people like Spurs and whatnot. He was bloody good, man. He was
All
a
right,
bloody solid defender.
Should we have a vote as to whether Essien stays or goes?
What? As in, for now, Essien stays. Someone has to push Essien out. Who is the one?
I think Torre is a shout. I think Torre pushes him out. I think Kolo pushes him out.
You know what's bugging me?
Go on.
You know what's bugging me? What I like about football, Essien had more than Kolo.
Yes, I agree.
So the source that Essien had, as much as he was very like af with it, like
he was bush, boy.
to Kolo, even though I do feel like in the same breath, Kolo Toure is one of the most underrated players in Premier League history because his brother had more sauce than him, and people remember him more for being part of the Arsenal than post Arsenal. So I think it depends on your memory bank. But if you're asking me, for the simple fact that a man has won 2 league titles in 2 different teams, I give it to Kolo over Essien.
Hey,
but I think at the same time,
lads, with Liverpool as well.
He nearly won it with Liverpool.
That's true.
Yeah. He would have been the first player to do so.
At the same time, lads, I think we've got to put this into perspective. Like, if we look at all the other 4 players we mentioned, they are probably one of the best in their position overall in the league, in the Premier League history. Whereas Yaya Toure, as in Kolo Toure, I don't know whether we'd put him in top 10 centre backs in Premier League history.
Oh, top 10? Yeah, he makes top 10.
Do you think he makes the top 10?
I think he makes top 10 of all time. Yes, but I get your. I do get your
point.
What
I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
he'd be like number 10 or 9 for sure.
If we're talking Yaya, if we're talking best midfielders in Premier League history, we're putting Yaya top 5, in my opinion.
Comfortable, yeah.
Comfortably. Do you know what I mean? Salah, no question about it. Drogba in his position, no question about it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Kolo, I would argue Drogba. I think you don't think he'll make top 10 Premier League strikers, bro?
10,
oh, sorry, no.
Yeah.
10 he would, but not 5. I don't think he'd make 5.
And I don't think Essien makes top 5 midfielders either.
No, I don't think he does either.
Yes.
I don't think he makes it over Mikel.
Bro, I was saying this to myself. When I was looking at my list, I was saying, do I put Essien or do I put Mikel? Because I think Mikel's so underrated, bro.
Mikel was underrated, but I don't know, man. Oscar, I'm having
Essien over Mikel all day. But
yeah, I don't know, man.
Nah, not me, boy.
Mikel's one of my favorite players, bro.
Is like, oh my gosh, he was a baller. Baller. Oh my
so
gosh,
underrated.
Mikel was a baller.
Interesting.
When they
Mikel
in the depths of hell with Ramirez and Oscar. Like, nah, I'm so sorry.
His longevity is insane. Did he ever get injured, Oscar?
2 years ago.
No, the guy played all the time, man.
Did he not join when Essien joined as well? Has he not been there that long?
He joined the year after Essien.
Imagine that, the year after, and yet this guy won the Champions League. Like he won the Champions League and the Europa League in 2012 and 13. How many Chelsea players were from that time?
And in that Champions League final as well, bro. He performed, bro.
He was immense.
Are you crazy?
He was immense.
I lie? I thought,
He was
oh
immense.
my god, bro.
And to think, I was not his biggest fan at all. He's in your top 5.
David said, "What about Obafemi Martins?"
You're having a laugh, man. You're having a laugh. He's one of my favorite Premier League players, but he don't make the top 5.
He's one of my favorite Serie A players. Adrian says, "Do you think 5 should be a wild card? I Kocha or Yeboah?"
Tony Yeboah, man.
We didn't grow up in the era of Yeboah, though, innit? I mean, we can see highlights, but we didn't grow up in his era.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what man was doing day to day.
I mean, I'd throw Yakubu ahead of a Koch. Yakubu ahead of Yeboah. What, Oscar, Mr. Efficient?
I would.
The Yak fam.
Bro, the Yak has 4 hat tricks in the Premier League. Are you mad? The Yak has 4 Bro, do you know what 4 Premier League hat tricks is?
Uncle Yak, yeah. Let me tell you,
from
man.
Blackburn Rovers he was playing for, bro.
Yeah.
Bolton.
Nah.
Well, not
He bags for Everton.
Yeah.
He bags for Everton. You know what I'm saying? Like Yakubu surely got a good 50, 100 goals. Surely.
He's on 95. 95.
Oh,
95.
yeah.
You gotta give this brother his flat. Yakubu.
Yeah.
Is
Yakubu.
up there still.
I can't lie,
He was such a poacher as well.
He's such a bull. You remember when he picked up the chicken?
Uncle Yak, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, what a legend, man. Yakubu's a big legend. Yeah, Adrian says, I'll be honest, all jokes aside, Adebayo is a strong shout. I
disagree. Guys, I disagree so much that I'd even have a Aubameyang over Adebayo. I'm not even being funny here. Adebayo. Guys, you look at his Premier League. Aubameyang's had two better seasons than Adebayo. Adebayo had one good season in his Premier League history. And this is a man who probably played a good 7, 8, 9 years. Adebayo.
I can't lie. I'm looking at the list here. Adebayo got 97 Premier League goals. Yeah,
ooh, that was close. He played like 20. He played like 15 years in the Premier League. He played at Palace, Spurs, City, Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? This guy's been around the block.
Yeah, you make a good point.
You know the one. Like I wonder how many Premier League goals Aubameyang's got. I wonder how many he is away. He's nowhere near 100, but I wonder if he's like a good 50, 60 goals. Okay. And in that short space of time.
Okay, deep this. We all agree that Drogba should be on this list, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
He scored 104 Premier League goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know my thoughts on Drogba and his goals. You already know my thoughts on things.
In how many games?
I don't have the games here, but there's a lot of games.
Okay.
Significantly more than Salah.
No, but yeah, because Salah's on 107. Yeah, Mane is on 101.
Oh, Mane is
going to eclipse Drogba's goal tally this year. That's what I'm saying. Mane might need to be in this top 5, bro.
No.
Do we take
my mind? You change my mind, but I need to hear them games that Drogba scored in, though.
What do you mean? Drogba scored in the big games.
It's one thing I can't knock off.
The ratio. Yeah, go on.
It's 104 goals in 100 and how many games?
I don't know, bro. It's a lot of games. No, but I'm not. Drogba's legacy speaks for itself. Like his goal tally should have been way higher than what it was.
The thing is, I'm not asking about his legacy. You keep adding things.
No. What I'm saying to you is, I don't have the stats in it, but I'm not trying to.
254 appearances. 254 appearances.
Why are you going over there?
I don't have the stats. Google it. Yeah, there you go. You have it. You have the 204.
254.
But that's why I said when I'm saying people like Mane, who's got close amount of goals in less games, you're telling me no.
Hey, so what we say is Drogba out and
No.
Oh dear.
Drogba can never be out because Drogba was
impossible.
In titles.
It'll be impossible to take Drogba out. I can't lie there. It'll be impossible to take him out.
Impossible.
It's impossible, man.
I just wanted to get out to Oscar.
Solomon Kalou.
Oh, come on, man. What are these shouts?
Let me say Shamak while I'm at it. Flipping hell, man. Chris Samba,
you know.
What country did he play for?
Allow it.
What country did he play for? Why did I think he wasn't an African international? But Chris Samba of Blackburn.
You know what's annoying about this? Like, when I was thinking about it, I had, like, players that I thought African. Yeah, I had players that I thought that was African. And then I was like, oh, no, they play for France.
Bro, France have robbed us. One of my brethren was saying, if players actually played for the country they were from, the AFCON would be bigger than the World Cup. But
it'll be lit. It'll be mad lit. Guys, where's Stephen Pienaar in this conversation?
Oh, Peter, man.
Nowhere near the top 5. That's all I'm saying.
He's not in the top 5.
Now we're just saying stuff.
No, I just thought he was a good player. I just thought. I mean, you can't say we're just saying stuff when somebody brought up your boa.
Yeah,
and you
this is what I'm
come
saying.
on.
We're just saying stuff. Man, I'm talking about Shola Alam.
Right, I think in this
It's a
part,
Shola
in the end,
Miobi,
I
you know?
think we need to have a vote on
Oh, Alexei,
what you call it, SCN versus Colo Torre, as we are democracy on the podcast.
Right, let me. I'm just gonna make a note of everyone that we've guaranteed in, so that I'm there. So Mahrez, all right. Ernest has to dip. Peace out, bro. Mahrez is in there, yeah. We said Yaya Touré's in there, yeah. Salah is in there, and Didier Drogba. SCN is a grey area, but along with SCN, we're gonna have Sadio Mane. Who was the other one that I mentioned? Kolo Touré. Who else did we mention in that? We mentioned somebody else, I think. Said Leon Osman with braids. What? Said Pina, is it? Nah, Pina. Listen, come on, a little bit more respect. I can't believe Yakubu got 97 goals in the Prem. Holy smacks, a lot of goals. You know, people have made shouts for Adebayor, which I cannot have because I think Aubameyang's ahead of him. Adebayor had a great hot season at Arsenal, 2 seasons maybe, but no, I'm not having him in there. So we have to vote between SCN, Mane, Kolo Touré. Anybody else that should be in the voting schedule? You know, the
say
Lauren.
those names one more time, sorry.
So the 3 I've got so far is SCN, Mane, Kolo Touré. Can we throw in Kanu or Adebayor or, you know, Aubameyang or whoever else?
For me, Kanu can't be in there, bro.
Yeah, I don't think.
Bro, no, okay. Listen, if fair enough, Kanu might not get in there. When you're done with this podcast, I need you guys to go and look at Kanu's career at Arsenal. It was unreal. And remember, he scored the winning goal for Portsmouth to win them the FA Cup. I mean, he's got some history.
Yeah. No, he's got history. I ain't even denying
Do you know what it is? For me, you know, like how you would have a Kocha in the conversation, purely for his skill. Purely for his skill. Kanu's one of the most skillful players the Premier League has ever seen. I'm talking skill.
Nostalgia, though. That goes
It's not nostalgia. It's not nostalgia.
No, like there was like, bro. It's the same thing with Okocha. Okocha was one of the most skillful players ever in the Premier League.
It's not the same. It's not the same thing. Okocha, we know that Okocha hit his peak and came to Bolton at the end of his time, right? But Kanu was playing in. I said he used to bang like 5 a season. Go look at the 5 goals. Go look at the 5 goals he scored. Do you know what I'm saying?
What's Kanu's goal tally?
It's not high. It's not high.
Where's
not high? He was more like a number 10-ish kind of player. He wasn't a centre forward for Arsenal.
How many goals did he get?
He probably got like 20 goals for Arsenal. If I'm honest,
he's the number 10 now.
He probably got like 20 goals. But bro, his skill set, him as a player, bro, he was gifted. And remember, Arsenal had players like Bergkamp in that team. So we're talking about gifted players anyway. Kanu was a match. He matched them man there. Do you know them ones? His 99 season was unbelievable. That was my favorite year of him. 99 and 2000. Unbelievable. Unreal player.
I'm not seeing Kanu anywhere.
Nwankwo, man. Huh? Nwankwo Kanu, man. He was cold stuff, bro. But we can bring the numbers anyway. I don't know if you don't want the names again. But SCN, Mane, Kolo Touré, I'll throw Kanu, Adebayor. Who was the other one we said?
Yakubu?
Yeah.
The Yak.
The
Yak.
Uncle Yak.
And I'll just for the sake of it, I'll put Aubameyang in there. Just because if friggin' Adebayor's in there, then Aubameyang.
These are saying Wilfred Boney and Pepe in the comments. Come on, man.
We can't be doing this. We can't be doing this.
Kanu scored.
There are limits.
Goals.
He scored 54 Prem.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Nah.
He was a quality guys. He was quality to watch. There's a goal against Deportivo La Coruña in the Champions League that to this day I still don't know how he scored it, because it was just when he sat the keeper down without even touching the ball. The guy was bad. He was bad.
He was an amazing player. He's one of those players just similar to Yaya. For his stature, he should not have been doing what he was doing. But when we're talking about greatness in the Premier League,
different class for sure.
Peter was derailed, bro. Man, that's talking about Ahmed
Johnny.
Musa.
Ahmed Musa.
Man,
Yo.
that's
Okay.
You even played 10 games for Leicester, bro.
They don't deserve shouts, guys. Let's put a vote in, right? Everybody in the comments, as well as us here, we're gonna go with there's Essien, Mane, Toure, Kanu, Adebayor, Yakubu, Aubameyang. I need you to pick one.
I'm sticking with my
like that. It might have to be Essien.
I'm sticking with Essien.
Oscar says Essien. Robin says Essien. Sam, where you going?
I want to draw towards Yakubu, but let's be real, it's Essien. It's Essien, man. It's Essien.
Do you know what, bruv? I'm not gonna lie, guys. Sadio Mane, man, you lot made a fantastic case for that guy. For me, Mane gets my vote. Mane gets my vote on that
I
one.
feel like once you overtake Drogba, you can't even argue it anymore. You really
you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like he's nearly there. Like he's nearly there.
Today I'll argue it because
what's the comment saying? So Oscar, we got 3 for Essien, we've got 2 for Mane. What else are the comments saying? Are there any more?
Adrian and Bostakendo are both saying Mane.
Oh, so that's 3-3 now.
Can we count them? I mean, they're both Liverpool fans.
Yeah, of course you count them. Of course you count them. It's 3-3. So we need one more deciding vote between Essien and Mane. We need one more.
David has got it.
There you go. He's gone with it. He's gone with Sadio Mane.
Fair play.
Michael Essien.
Yeah, Adrian says Golden Boot winner from the wing. I mean,
fair play.
Winner of Jace.
That's a sketchy one because I could have sworn didn't Aubameyang have like the front boot of that, and then Salah had the middle boot of that,
and they all played on the wing,
and he had the heel. Yeah, exactly. And they all played on the wing.
They all played on the wing.
Sadio Mane makes it, guys. Oh wow! So just when we thought Essien was a banker, it turns out it's Mahrez, Yaya Toure, Salah, Drogba, and Sadio Mane.
A lot of people forget about Essien, and I'm like, no, guys, he was a big thing.
I don't think he had a long enough stint though. Oscar, where do you stand on that? Because you said that he had the injuries. No, he was at the club for a while, but in terms of the amount of games he could have played for the amount of years he was there, I don't think he was necessarily. He didn't get enough time. I think it's just that those years where you remember Chelsea being this mechanical bull of a team. It was down to players like him. Like the identity of Chelsea was that we were very robust and hard to beat. And this throughout even the years we weren't winning the league, like your 07s, 08s, 09s, that was all down to Essien just being great. And then he has iconic moments like that fabulous goal against Arsenal, the wonder strike against Barcelona. Yeah, and then you accompany that with winning 2 Premier League titles and a Champions League. Michael, sensational footballer, sensational.
I feel a little bit uneasy that our top 5 are just full of goal scorers. I don't know why.
I understand that. I totally understand that. I thought Kolo was gonna nick it on the last minute there, but yeah, I'm with you because people like Lauren, Kolo. Who else was actually good near the back as well? SW6 says, I can't believe you didn't put a defender in there. But it's like, who is the best African defender of all time in terms of playing in the Premier League? Would it be Kolo?
It probably would be Kolo.
Hey man, if
we've had Rigobert Song, haven't we? People like that.
It is Kolo.
It's Kolo.
That's amazing.
Again, there isn't many.
I'm actually quite amazed by that.
It's close. I can't lie.
Joe Matip. Oh yeah.
I think Matip's elite. I don't know about you, man, but I think
he's solid for sure.
He goes unnoticed.
Sure. He definitely does go unnoticed. Yeah.
Just funny.
Yeah.
In the top 4 history of this podcast, when we talk about African players, I can't believe we didn't sing the legendary song that we used to always sing.
Right.
Alex still make
Trace Song. He plays the holding role. Was the occasional goal. He plays the way he is facing. Nothing flash.
Who's typing Mamadou Sakho?
Single.
Mamadou is better than Toure. Adrian said when I was younger, I thought Rigobert's song was a Rasta.
Obviously, we got to big up the Ugandan crew. Chris Kwewomya, former Arsenal, you know what I'm saying, did nothing. Okay, Gervinho. We got Gervinho.
I
got,
big up Gervinho, man.
Shamak. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of African players that have played.
There's certain players that make
Liverpool
up
had
their
a few.
history.
Liverpool had a few, didn't they? Salaf Diao, El Hadj Diouf.
Oh,
I mean, there were, there's a few in there that we could have put out. Grobbler, obviously, before our time, but yeah.
Canute at Spurs, bro.
Freddie Canute. Oh my God, how can I forget? I forgot about Freddie Canute. Man. What did Man United have? Did you not have any AFs?
Bro,
Not many.
they had.
We don't shop.
What's the South African brother they had? What's the South African brother they had, man?
Quinton Fortune. Quinton Fortune. They had Jemba.
But Fergie doesn't like the AFCON. That's the only reason why he didn't shop there. He did not like AFCON.
He got burnt too many times.
I think it's a big lesson for why they're so little. Managers don't like the idea that these players are going to be taken away from them in the middle of certain seasons. So I think it is a deterrent.
Big L.
And I also think we have this conversation in 3 years, and I don't know, maybe an African goalkeeper makes the top 5. Maybe.
Trust me, I will be here screaming down my mic again. Let me know.
Sully Montari.
Sully Montari, your boy, mate.
Champions League winner and FA Cup winner, Sully Montari. Lest we forget.
Jan.
Victor Wanyama. Asamoah Gyan. Yeah.
Okay. We could be here all day naming Africans.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Oh, Thomas Partey. Do you know? I totally forgot about Thomas Partey completely. He wouldn't make it, but I totally forgot about it.
Jemba actually spelled with a D.
Yeah, come on, that's a fat L, man. Where's the D?
Oh, that's a big L, man. I didn't even realize. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Man's got Partey, right? But no Jemba. Come on. Messing with PR, fam. This guy. I didn't realize how many Africans have actually played in the Premier League, though. There's a lot. Man. I swear, was Lucas Radaby African, or was he not?
South African, no?
Might have been,
Leeds. He played for Leeds.
Yeah.
He is.
What country was Shaka Hislop from?
Trinidad.
He's a Caribbean, yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of AFs that have completely escaped me, which I was like, okay, fair dues.
Adrian, allow it. Man saying indeed he's going to join the convo. Allow that.
In a few years,
man? I don't know. No Nigeria slander on here, dog.
We got slander in Nigeria. We can do that.
Yeah, they got a Mate. They've had a few AFs themselves, haven't they?
This was speaking about all African countries. Which African teams are going to do well at the World Cup? Because I think
who's qualified?
Currently, there's still teams have just gone through to the playoffs. Gabon,
playoffs.
Gabon will be at the AFCON now. Yeah, Gabon will be at the AFCON. But
I don't know what
they're kind of doing the playoffs now.
I saw like Aubameyang celebrating a victory, which seemed like it meant something. I don't know if that was for AFCON or not.
He did put out an Instagram post basically saying something along the lines of, although it didn't mean much, is a win's a win kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're not qualifying. Because the AFCON World Cup qualifiers are as difficult as the CONCACAF ones. Like only one team from the group qualifies, and then you have to play a playoff game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Uganda started so well. Like they were top for a bit. They've fallen off.
We looked at Mali the other week.
Man. But yeah, I think Algeria are going to be the ones that are going to sing for us this year, man. Or even Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might have a shot. Senegal, you said that they had the missing piece was Mendy, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think they just conceded sloppy goals at the last AFCON, and I think this time round Mendy will save them. But Algeria, obviously, unbeaten in how many games? I don't even know how many games it is now. It's been so long, but yeah, Nigeria definitely won't be winning the AFCON. I'll tell you that.
Yeah?
Yeah, they won't.
Excuse me.
The teams that are left, what they call it, got Congo, Morocco, Senegal, Ghana. Egypt,
did you say it was
Mali,
one team? You said it was one team, yeah?
Yeah, so one team from each group, and then there's 10 there's 5 groups. There's 10 groups, sorry. And then and then they obviously play each other, and then the 5 winning teams go to the World Cup.
I didn't deep that. Uganda's group has like Kenya, Rwanda, all countries next to them. So it was short journeys, but we're flopping the base, bro. 7 points behind Mali.
What's that? Sam, how did you feel in 2018 when you're in the World Cup when your kit had more sauce than your team?
Oh,
Listen,
Ooh.
we still won a game, bro. We still won a game there. Musa put on a performance, but so it don't matter to me.
And it was a big win still. It was a big win.
And we made Messi sweat once again.
them ones. No, fair enough, man. It should be an interest. Let's see how our AFs do at the World Cup, man.
Let's see,
First,
man.
we've got the AFCON.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone. Every time I look at that name, I think it's a person. That is probably one of the few countries in the world where I look at that name and I think that's a person's name.
Sierra
But
Leone's
anyway.
best player is the highest scoring African in MLS history, K. Kamara, and he's like 34.
Raw, is it?
They are going to finish rock bottom of that group. I put my house on it.
Before we wrap up, guys, should we do predictions for the Premier League football this weekend?
Well, Pete, that's what Boss Endo is begging for.
Oh, don't you worry, boss. Let's get into it. 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. We kick things off. Leicester City at home against Chelsea. Oscar, what are you saying?
It's going to be a bit of a sticky one still. I think we'll get a draw. I know Leicester have been in terrible form lately, but it's just always a game that we find difficult, man. Leicester away early, 12:30, just after international break. I can't be so confident.
Interesting.
Robin. Although we could potentially have an African starting.
I can see this being a draw.
Could see this being a draw as well. Wow, interesting. Sam?
I see Chelsea edging it. I still think they have the momentum going into the game. Leicester they haven't been able to find form recently, so I think Chelsea might edge it.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will be comfortable, mate. I think they'll go out to the King Pow and make it rain. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That is probably the hard part. Is that it's a 12:30 kickoff after a break. How many guys have you got traveling far? Did you have many?
We have a lot of injuries. That's the thing.
Okay.
We have Havertz who played. I don't even know what team they play. I haven't really followed the internationals this year. I mean, this weekend. But we have a lot of injuries. I think that's the main thing. We don't have Werner available. Lukaku just started training, so I don't even know if he'll be 100% to start. Mount is out injured. He's not with the team. It's not looking great at the moment. But I was saying we might have an African starting up top who might be in this conversation in 5 years' time.
Who's that?
My boy Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Who's he declared? Has he declared yet?
It's open, bro.
He's coming home.
He's declined England international under 21s 3 times now. This is the 3rd international break. They've called him
Come
up.
home, brother. Come home.
So there's the option for him to switch to Ghana. I think personally he's waiting to see if they make the World Cup.
Listen, no, I don't. Listen, Hudson-Odoi, if you're watching this, bro, don't be that guy. If you want to play for Ghana, you best be going to Cameroon at the AFCON. Don't feel like you just come to Qatar like some posh boy and don't play at the World Cup. No,
I think that's genuinely what he wants to do. I think he wants to play for Chelsea this season with no international breaks and then go Qatar at the end of the year.
Nah,
that's what
man.
I think.
Why is he scared he's going to get injured?
I don't know.
But the thing is that if he does that, he gets picked for Ghana still. So
I mean,
he gets picked.
Man. Yeah, for sure. Premier League status, isn't it?
If he plays for Chelsea, then they can't. I don't think they can not pick him. He's a great player when he's on form and when he's playing. So,
yeah, I think back to the prediction. I think Chelsea will win this comfortably. I mean, Stevie G's first game at home against Brighton, 3:00 kickoffs. There's so many 3:00 kickoffs, man. Not on TV. Stevie G, man. Will he get 3 points out the bag?
Give me that Graham Potter W, man. Let's have it.
Nah, Oscar's gonna be on him all year.
I think the team with all the XG are gonna do something.
Nah, I'm going Villa home win, man. That crowd's gonna be up. Gerrard's gonna be up for it. They're gonna shove it up Brighton. I think
that new manager
Villa,
feeling, man.
That bounce, man. That jig in the step.
Still waiting.
You ain't got a new manager though. You know what I mean? You ain't got no new manager yet.
I'm still waiting.
Still waiting for that.
You had your bounce, man.
You had your bounce, cuz.
You know when you try to bounce it and the ball's just flat, you need to pump in. it needs some pump.
Let's see who. Anything else important? Watford are at home to Manchester United. 3:00 kickoff. Man United not on TV. That is interesting.
Good.
That is interesting. Away at Ranieri. Ranieri's Watford. What do we think, man? What do we think?
That's a United W, man.
They were close against Arsenal, Watford. They gave Everton 5 at their ground. I mean, Watford, I don't think it's an easy United win. I don't think it'll be easy.
But at the same time, I don't think it's a clutch. I don't think it's a clutch win. I think they will win comfortably.
I actually don't care about this game because we need to go to Villarreal on Tuesday. So
we need momentum from somewhere.
That's this bigger fish to fry. And also Ollie's still there.
Ollie's at the wheel.
This is the situation. If we beat Villarreal, we qualify.
Is that it? Yeah, you just need to win.
Yeah.
But you're away though. I don't think you're winning out there, are
you? We're away to the Yellow Submarine, so we're down in southern Spain.
The submarine, boy. Yeah, I think Ronaldo. It's got Iklas's comment. It's got Ronaldo late winner written all over it, hasn't it? It's got that written all over it, man. I think Bruno might perform out of his skin as well. I just don't know why. I think a couple assists.
Now. There's no Pogba for a while now. So.
Yeah. Okay. 3:00 kickoff again. Wolves at home to West Ham. What are they doing? Wolves at home to West Ham.
West Ham win.
West Ham are massive, apparently. So.
Guys, it's going to be a hard game, man. Bruno Lage. Remember what I was saying to you about Bruno Lage?
Yeah,
Sam, what do you reckon?
Yeah, but I'm going for West Ham, man. I think they're too strong for Wolves right now. Yeah, man.
They're too strong for Wolves.
Yeah.
I'm saying don't sleep on Wolves. That's what I'm saying. Mikel Arteta's coming from what from the Caribbean and whatnot to come back down. Nah, it's a tough one, mate. It's a tough one. I think Wolves will get a point. I think they'll draw at home.
Personally, did West Ham lose their last game?
They beat Liverpool.
They beat Liverpool. Bro, that's momentum. That's momentum.
I keep saying it.
But I think if I remember correctly, haven't Wolves won their last 3 games or something like that? Something like that. I can't remember now. They've been on a good little streak. The Wanderers. 5:30 kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. It's Liverpool at home to the Arsenal.
Arsenal 3-1. No, I'm joking. I don't think we're gonna get smashed. I'll be honest. I think Liverpool win the game 2-0. I think we'll go there. We'll put in a performance, but it's just not going to be enough. Liverpool will be too strong for us.
That will disappoint me so much. If it's a clean sheet for Liverpool, that will disappoint me a lot.
It definitely will.
We don't score goals like that, though, bro.
It's definitely a clean sheet.
We don't score goals like that.
We can get you one. Get you one.
I think Liverpool are going to carve you open. Boss Lakendo is saying 4-1. He says, light work. I have no concerns about this game. We'll pipe them. Anfield under Klopp. We average 3 a game. He's already thinking about Southampton.
Respect us, bro.
But it's my biggest issue with Arsenal because even mid-table teams, your Brightons, your Palace, your all these, I believe they can get something in a big game. I don't see it from Arsenal at all. So
we always fold when it comes to these massive games. We do
fold, man. We're just gonna have to see. We don't know what Arsenal's gonna turn up, man.
I think 3-1 Liverpool.
That's
a clean sheet again.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, Captain Salah, man. That's what I'm doing.
But Arsenal's defense has been decent, man. Arsenal's defense has been all right in terms of the back five. They've been structured. They've been very solid. You know, I think a 2-1, a 3-1 Liverpool might be the score.
Who you lot faced though? What attackers you been up against?
You know what I'm saying? Ings and Watkins. You know them where they're Harry Kane, Son. You know them ones there.
These are players that have been playing in the Premier League for years, bro.
For years, man.
Come on.
First big game with Arteta's players. Let's see. Let's see. Sunday at 2:00 on Sky Sports. Man City at home to Everton.
Oh, that's not bad.
Say that Everton will disappoint you. That's a line down.
That is a nice day out at the Etihad.
You know what I'm saying? That is a good day out, boy.
Rafa will frustrate them.
Oscar, have you watched Rafa's Everton recently, especially with these injuries?
It's been poor.
It's been shocking.
They have a manager with a plan. Similar the opposite of how I feel about Arteta. I think they could get something. Like, I think City will win. Don't get twisted, but they won't get rolled over. Man, they're saying 4-0 in the comments. I don't see it.
You don't see it. You actually don't see that.
I think City win 2-0.
Listen,
Oscar, the last game they played.
You know why it'll be a nice day out? Let me just check the weather in Manchester very quickly. I'm predicting it's going to be sunny.
Meanwhile, Oscar, I'll tell you that the last time Everton got anything out of Manchester City was back in 2017 in January. Since then, they lost. They drew 1-1, then they lost 3-1, lost 3-1, lost 2-0, lost 3-1.
All that history is pre-Rafa, man. I don't really know.
Right, so
Okay, well 5-0. 5-0 in May they lost.
The weather on Manchester this weekend on Sunday: sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. It's 4-0.
I don't know, but don't forget though that Everton is in Liverpool, so it's not like they're not known. This is not a London club coming up there.
As a person that has lived and enjoyed Manchester, I can tell you, once you cross the line into Merseyside, that weather changes 100%.
Didn't Everton concede 5 to Watford? Man said Rafa's going to make it tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Oscar, have you watched Everton lately? Everton have disappointed me so much. Like I've been very disappointed with them. I know Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's been a topic of conversation lately. He's been injured. They drew 0-0 at home against Spurs. They lost away at Wolves. They lost at home twice to Watford and West Ham, and then got their draw against Man United. The funny thing with the Man United result at Old Trafford, I thought they won for some reason, but it was a draw. But yeah, so they're not winning games. They haven't won since September 25th, guys. Since the 25th of September, they haven't won a league game. So make of that what you will. Yeah, make of that what you will. I think Everton will get slapped. And Spurs, final game of the weekend, is Spurs at home to Leeds.
Oh, hey, Conte's not winning. I can't lie to you.
Bro,
Conte's not winning.
Nah, Leeds.
I think they do.
He's not
I think
losing.
Leeds are
I
so
think it's a
bad, man.
draw.
Nah,
I think it's a draw. Still.
I think Leeds are really bad, man.
yeah, Leeds are trash.
Although I think a 3-2 Spurs is on the cards. It's on the cards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Will Conte make them difficult to beat? I don't know. They're a whack side.
There were Leeds fans that saying that we're going to make Dan James better than he ever was since leaving Manchester United. What has he done?
Man, they talk so fast, don't we? Football fans, we talk too quick. Guys, that will wrap up.
They were Leeds fans. Where are you finding these guys?
Hey, listen, I told you, I'm a Mancunian on the inside still. There's a war.
Man, they're talking about Rose Derby and that.
Listen, man, get Rafinha in your team, boys. Get Rafinha in your team. Spurs are whack, blood. Leeds defense is effing shocking, but Spurs midfield is effing bland. Hey, that's the correct word, bland. Tottenham's midfield is bland, fam.
Yeah,
I think it will be a high scoring game though. Still, I think it will be.
Yeah,
Conte's gonna lose his nut.
I haven't watched anything, but I heard that Harry Kane's on form as well.
Oh, this guy.
Right, so this guy he scored what 17 for England in the last intervals, but he's only scored 1 for Spurs.
Oh, Tottenham Hotspur. Guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Please like the video at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on Instagram, as well as Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, the whole lot. We're here every Monday, 8 p.m. Sam, thank you for coming on. The man himself.
Pleasure, boys. Always.
You know what I'm saying? Always. Where can we find you, Sam?
You can find me at Sam Ogun right there. Oh, did I put the underscore there? I think the logo is just blocking it away. But it's all good. Sam Ogun underscore. Obviously, you can follow all the pages. Jabulani XI. We've got a new page now, Jabulani Combat. So if you're into UFC, MMA, boxing, follow that. But yeah,
what does Jabulani mean again?
Jabulani means joy. It means rejoice, and that's what we're doing with our football. You know, we have massive plans for Jabulani in the future, and we hope to bring joy to Africa.
Jeez, that talk there, yeah.
Yeah, that's that talk, man.
That talk right there. So big up yourself, big up Sam. Make sure you follow him on the Twitter, as he's mentioned. There's his app right there. It's right there. But yeah, until next week, guys, we'll be back when Arsenal have got 3 points at Anfield. Come on.